All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Carlos. You know what? I'm going to answer that question in a minute because we got some economic data, and I need to tell everybody out there, I hope you're having a great day, but buckle up, everybody. I've got some rants ready for you. So
let's rock and roll.
Let's talk economic calendar, though, first. We have some mixed data that just came out. We have jobless claims. So jobless claims always comes in two flavors in the mornings. It comes with initial jobless claims and then continuing jobless claims. And the initial jobless claims is actually under the number, so less people seeking unemployment, I guess, than previous or than estimated. But the continuing jobless claims is higher. So as you can see, I'm just putting up the numbers here. 221,000 reported for the new number, and the continuing is actually 1.897. So I put the wrong number in there first. So there we go. So anyways, so that's interesting. The U.S. trade balance number also came out. It continues to slide towards exports, which is interesting. Again, probably stockpiling. The U.S. trade balance was estimated to be at $128 billion and came in at $131.4 billion. So that's only about $3 billion over, which, by the way, I still find fascinating. As a Canadian, those numbers just boggle my mind because at the same time the Canadian trade balance came out, it was estimated at a $1.4 billion surplus, so positive, and it actually came out at 3.97, or basically 4 billion. So meaning that we exported 4 billion more than we imported, whereas the U.S. imported 131 billion more than it exported in the month of January. So just anyways, the size of the U.S. economy compared to Canada, I always have to remind myself of that. Later this morning, we do have wholesale inventories coming out. We have the Atlanta Fed GDP now. Normally, I never used to mention this number because it didn't have market relevance. I've noticed in the last couple of monthly announcements, though, there has been some market movement. So keep an eye on that. Know that at 1 o'clock, we do have that so-called GDP Now number from the Atlanta Fed coming out. And we'll see if that has any market impact. And then at 3:30, we do have Waller, who's speaking again. Market impact or not, who knows? The afternoon markets, volumes start to go a little bit lower, and it can have an impact. That being said, there could be more trade news. Don't forget, from an economic calendar point of view, we're all looking to the news, to the tweets, to the formal news agencies. Will we hear anything more? Yesterday, we got some change in stature from the White House on some of the tariffs, with Trump deciding to push back the tariffs on the auto industry after meeting with some CEOs of U.S. auto manufacturers. So, that I don't think I was looking this morning. I didn't see much movement out of GM or Ford, for example. But they're, maybe they'll move today. Again, it's an ever-moving feast. So like we just keep telling you, all you can do is keep your eye on the news. Just be aware of it. You can't let it make it you so terrified that you don't trade, but you need to be aware that there's always that wild card out there that could just throw off your game or any given trade that you might be in. So as long as you're aware of it, hopefully you won't be caught too much by surprise should it happen. All right, that's what we've got on the economic calendar for this morning. We have a couple of earnings. We did a live earnings call last night, just with a couple of fun ones. They didn't actually end up moving all that much, although we will be talking about them this morning on the Gappers. And and then we'll look for a couple of more earnings from this morning. All that being said, guys, random rant. Maybe if you want to put up Old Man Peter there, we can I went for another run this morning, and it was raining overnight. It was raining this morning, so it was about 2 degrees out, which is 35 American degrees, or Fahrenheit, as it's also called. And normally in the springtime, when it starts to rain, you get all the compacted snow, and it turns the trails that I like to run on into ice. So I was worried about it being slippery conditions, which means you can twist things and have an accident. Instead, though, because it snowed so much in giant dumps, the snow was loosely compacted rather than heavily compacted, which means that at every given step, I would sink in half an inch to like 5 inches or 2 to 10, 20 centimeters, depending on, each given step. And it was one of those things where I just couldn't get a good run. So I had to go out to the streets, and I was running in puddles with ice underneath. And I just hate running like that. But anyways, I got back and I thought that was a horrible run. And then 10 minutes later, I was feeling awesome. I was feeling great. And I noticed yesterday, Carlos, at this time at the show, I'd done another run, and I was feeling terrible. And then, like 2 hours into my day, I got up after a trade, and suddenly, like, I was full of energy, and my legs were feeling good. And I think I understand running culture now. I think I'm starting to understand runners. They're insane. They're insane.
Yes.
The running drives them absolutely crazy, because
Yeah.
you know what? Because for an hour a day, us humans go out and think we're freaking gazelles and go out and like run around like crazy people, and then we come back and then pretend to be a tree sloth, because runners are more likely to be office workers than they are to be heavy laborers or mechanics, right? Like, you're not, if you're doing that stuff, you're not going out for a run generally, right? But anyways, I think that just it screws up your body, and your body doesn't know what to do with itself. You're like, am I a tree sloth? Am I a gazelle? Am I something in between? I don't know. I've never had the runner high, Amanda. Everybody talks about this runner's high. It hasn't hit me yet. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
think I do think runners are just generally crazy. I mean, if you're a runner and you love running, all power to you, man. But I just I'm finding it a weird experience, as you guys can tell. I'm not really a runner. I'm just doing it because I committed to do this marathon, and I'm going to do it. Damn it! But it's just a very weird experience. And again, the whole subculture. I went to a running store, I think I told you guys about, on Friday to buy some new shoes, and they were asking me a million questions about running style and my, what I like and my inclinations. I'm like, I have no freaking idea. I need shoes on my feet so I can like go outside. Like, I don't know, how tough is it? Anyways, yeah, you can tell I got a lot of energy. I said I'm feeling great right now after the run, because I'm on this, like, again, I'm in the crazy part. I don't know. It's weird. All right, let's get to the markets, though, because the markets are also weird. We got a lot of stuff going on out there, and you know what? I'm actually loving this trading. Everybody's saying February was a great traders month. Maybe not the best investing month, but a great trading month. March is so far shaping up to be a decent traders month. You've got to be patient. You've got to wait for your opportunities. They're out there. It's not easy, but there is some decent trading. So let's get to what's on the gappers list and find out what we got going on.
Yep, absolutely. Let's get to the gappers list, friends. Right here, we're swinging the other way today, right? So yesterday, a little bit of the green. Before that, some red. I mean, which is back and forth, back and forth. Again, this is what kind of Peter's talking about. It creates a lot of volatility for us, a lot of movement that we can take advantage of. So today, the market is on the other side of the fence here, a lot on the red this morning. And we'll dive into a couple of earnings on RGTI last night, Marvel as well, and some other ones. I see him still making some noise. So again, just a ton on here. I know tonight we got AVGO and we got Costco tonight as well on earnings. So again, everything in the red this morning, except for my good buddy Baba and some friends. JD also gapping up this morning. So definitely will be on my list. I like when things are doing opposite of the market. And we got a high, low flow flying one. We'll look at that first. Let's start there, actually. Up 75% is going to be GV, Gulf Victor here. So if we look at this one, 76% up this morning. Hard to borrow at the moment, but it is high flying. And what I like about, again, you said I don't like low flows, but what I like about this one, guys, is that it's continuing from yesterday. So whatever the catalyst is loving it today, again, some more. And now we're probably going to get more volume than we did yesterday, because we are already at 39 million shares traded. So Visionary Holdings, Peter, what is going on with these guys? This might be the day where I dabble into some low flow activity. What's the latest and greatest?
Everybody's saying that apparently I have the runner's high right now.
Oh, you hit the mute button. No, you definitely got the runner's high. We can't hear you anymore. We lost you. Um, no, you're still on mute, buddy. You hit some mute button or something. Did you disconnect your mic? You disconnected your mic. But yeah, the runner's high is real. Cycling does the same thing, man. I mean, after I completed 80 miles, the most I ever done in in some kind of contest. Um, the next day, all I wanted to do was get on the bike. There was like this overwhelming high that you get. So there's something about it. All right, we lost Peter. Let's see here, Peter. I got you back now. I see some volume coming
Can
in.
you
Say hello.
can you hear me?
Now we can
I
hear
see the
you. Now we
volume.
got you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All
All
right.
right.
So
I'll calm down here. Apparently, I'm getting all excited. Look, if this is the runner's high, then it's a little bit of a letdown. I don't know. I was expecting more. I don't know what. But anyways, all right. I guess not feeling like shit is the runner's high. Is that it after a run? Anyways.
no.
All right. Okay, guys, get ready. Rant number 2. GV. So I looked at GV this morning. So they have a press release. Why are they here on the list? They got $1 billion worth of financing from the Alfredon Group out of Qatar. And they are using it to invest in new energy vehicles. This is the GV is a company called Visionary Group, by the way. But there is like a 3-page press release here that I've got that I read like 4 times, and I still don't know what the hell they do. Like let me just read some excerpts. So, clearly this, by the way, was translated into English from something else, because it says Visionary has always been actively striving in the industry. Which industry? With its accurate insight into market trends and the spirit of continuous innovation, it has gradually emerged in the industry. The company focused on a specific segmented education field by providing customers with high quality and customized products and services. It has accumulated a good reputation and a stable customer base. Doing what? I mean, it meets market demands. It increases R&D investment. It successfully launched a series of new energy vehicle products. What products? What? Anyways, at leading level in the industry, it has been recognized in the market and gradually grown into an important player. Has it? Anyways, there's paragraph after paragraph of this. I still have no clue what they do. So if you want to trade this, by all means, they got $1 billion of funding. I don't know if they snookered this Alfredon Group out of Qatar, but anyways, if you guys know what the heck these guys do, let me know, because I cannot figure it out for the life of me. But hey, they're moving today. They got volume. Let's trade the heck out of them.
Yep, absolutely. GV today looking really nice, my friends. Volume is awesome, and we are again gapping up almost 80% here. So I do like this one. I'm gonna put it on my list because I like the continuation here that we're getting today after yesterday's action. So it will be on my list. It still will be on a secondary. So be very mindful of this one. And again, be extra cautious. But I do like the volume and the way this thing is moving today. That looks really, really nice. All right. Peter's, let's see. Let me make sure my volume is not too high. Let's put Peter volumes up. I think Peter might have messed up some cables.
Check. Sorry.
Yeah, you're pretty high on my end, so maybe it's something on your end. Okay, we'll figure it out.
I don't know what I've done.
All right. Okay, excellent. So GV on the list. And the other one is, that are gapping up this morning, JD. So JD is another one that's up here today. It's up 4.4 million shares traded. So this one obviously in play, got some great volume, as high as 48 this morning and back down to 44.72 just now. Just trying to stay above the previous day close. Another one that was on here as well was BABA, right? So BABA, typically my favorite ticker, traded well yesterday. You guys were watching it on YouTube. You guys called it out. I had it on my list as well, and look how beautiful that was. Again, traded very nice yesterday, and this is what I like about BABA. BABA's become a different animal. It trades very decent. So both of these up today, Peter. Any Chinese news related that catalyst that might be moving these up today?
Well, I think Baba is following JD this morning, because JD did have earnings this morning. So looks like they had a good quarter, beat their numbers, delivered $47.5 billion versus an expected $46 billion in revenue, and $1.02 per share earnings versus an expected 90 cents. So about 10 to 13% over on both numbers. I don't see what their forecast is, so no information yet on their forecast, but they they're having a good quarter. That being said, JD is one of those companies that operates one of the lowest operating margins of all of these Chinese tech companies. So there's a lot of, usually analysts are a little critical that they want them to improve those margins. Interesting, they operate about a 3% margin, whereas like Tencent or PDD are both around 30%. So there you go. If you want to make more money, PDD and is certainly doing better. Baba operates at apparently a 12.8% margin. So there you go, according to information. But yeah, JD on the move this morning because of earnings, gapping up nicely on decent volume. I noticed that it's pulled back in the last 30, 45 minutes or so. But yeah, I think it's going to be in play today. Probably worth watching.
Yep, absolutely. My favorite, although JD is the one with the news here, again, it's just Baba trades so well, much better than JD. Even as a secondary today, I think Bob is gonna do better. It's just my opinion, nothing factual there, but I will have JD on a secondary just in case, right? So we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. They do have more volume. It's just Bob is so good, man. So good to us, especially lately. It's worth to be on the main list this morning. All right, so that covers our gap up. There's nothing else on here. If we take a look at tradingterminal.com, our gappers list is brought to you by them, tradingterminal.com. You can always get this completely free, plus other scanners as well, fully customizable. Let's go to the gap down, but before we do so, Peter, anything gapping up that maybe we have not talked about yet?
There was one that I wanted to mention. We've got a trio of retailers that are reporting this morning. BJ Wholesale is the only one that's green, so BJ is the ticker on that. And they actually missed on revenue, but beat bottom line earnings. Fairly, good, fair to middling, guidance. I mean, their guidance wasn't stellar, but they did estimate slightly higher than analyst expectations. And in retail, I guess that's good enough. Unlike tech, where you got to blow the numbers out or you get punished. So they are gapping up by 2% on very low volume. BJ's only traded about 21,000 shares, but not a surprise. It is an icy stock, so that happens. We'll talk about the other two, which when we get to the gap down list, Carlos.
Yep, absolutely. All right, I see Mike saying, morning, everybody. He's over on YouTube. Say hi to Mike Bear, who's one of our great members of the team here. President is scheduled to sign executive orders today at 2 p.m. Keep an ear out for the news around that time. If you're in a trade, you never know what would happen. Absolutely. So he's also scheduled to speak with Claudia, which I don't know. I gotta learn more about Claudia. I kind of like Claudia. I like her style. I gotta talk to Abio down in my friends in Mexico to see if she's a good president. I don't know anything about her, but given all the stuff you hear a lot about her now, all this tariff wars, but she seems like she knows her stuff. So nice. We'll got to learn more about that. But yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. We'll see what happens there as he has these conversations. Again, it's all about tariff. It affects a lot of things. We saw the automakers get pushed back, or extended yesterday. So that is obviously good for a lot of businesses. And we just got to see how everything else plays out. I know avocados are in trouble. So we got to see. They were talking about the rate of avocados today. We got to see how that's going to play out. Let's take a look at VG. It really matters here. Let's take a look at VG on the other side now. So we have GV. Let's not get confused with that. That's gapping up 77%. Low flow stock. Looking pretty nice right now. And we also have VG gapping down. Venture Global. Now this is down 17%. 673,000 shares traded. What's going on here, Peter? I like the volume. I like the gap down. I don't know if I like the daily as much as some other ones, but what's going on here? It's also a recent IPO, very recent IPO. I just want to mention that. Oh, no, never mind. This is a nasty daily. It took a while to load because look at how nasty this daily is going back to 2022. But yeah, what's the latest and greatest?
Yeah, well, it is a fairly recent IPO. But you know what? I mean, I don't. It's
got a weird chart. Like we skipped 2 years or something. We go from 22 to 25. So yeah. It's weird. It's weird. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, it just had earnings, and this is its first earnings call since probably relaunching. You can see there right at the end of 2024 2024, it looks like, is when it sort of re-went public, I guess. And then this would be its first earnings call since then. But yeah, as you can see, not as well received as they would have hoped. I think they sort of went, relaunched at around $20 a share, and they're well below that now. Really, I don't see a lot of analyst coverage, so it's tough to compare their results against the analyst expectations because the analysts sort of haven't developed an opinion yet, right? So, look, I've never seen this on our list. It's an oil and gas company, which immediately gives me pause. We know that oil and gas is probably, not the most lucrative sector from an investing point of view at the moment, as it's in flux, right? It's just tough to know what's going to happen. I saw there was a great chart yesterday. Let me pull it up, because one of the things that I get every day is this economic calendar. Let me find it. But it talked about the oil and gas and where U.S. oil and gas comes from versus where people think it comes from. And I didn't realize the fact that, like, Carlos, if I had to ask you to guess, what's the largest oil and gas, foreign oil and gas provider to the U.S.?
Like actual, like company, like ExxonMobil, like that, or
no, just in terms of country.
I have no idea.
Like, because when we all talk about oil provisions, we all think Middle East, right? And
I thought it was Mexico or Canada. Is it Canada?
Right. So well, you'd be right on both counts.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting chart that says where the perception of oil and gas comes out of Saudi Arabia, but over 60% of the oil, foreign oil supplies come from Canada to the U.S. Another 9% from Mexico, and Saudi Arabia only provides 4%. So, Colombia is a big, almost as big a producer or supplier at 3.8% as is Saudi Arabia. So, I didn't realize that. So, again, I'm assuming that this chart is accurate, but I thought that was interesting. So, the point is, with all this tariff talk and Canada and Mexico not only providing, we sort of think about the goods, right? Like goods and services. We've got to remember the raw products, right? Lumber, of course, a lot of softwood lumber coming out of Canada, oil, Mexico providing a lot of products. We like to joke about avocados, but there is a lot of agricultural, products that come out of Mexico. So, these tariffs are no joke to U.S. consumers and what the potential impact could be. Of course, it's a huge impact to the countries like Mexico and Canada because we have a much larger percentage-based reliance on that trade with our good friends in the U.S. So, anyways, so back to our friends over here at Venture Global. What does that mean? Well, it means that Venture Global, probably is in a state of flux. Nobody's going to invest in the new company when they're not sure what's going to happen with the industry overall. So probably just a sector to avoid. Venture Global, probably not going to be a good trader today, would be my guess.
Yeah. I don't like it, man. And usually these oil companies don't trade all that well, so I'm gonna keep it off my list here. All right, let's head over to the list of tradingterminal.com. Let's see what else we have here. CORZ. We've seen this before. It doesn't trade well, so I usually don't put it on the list. Today they're down 16%, 4.5 million shares traded. Again, a few of these at the top down 18, 17, 16, quite a bit there. And actually, now that I'm looking at the numbers, I missed Marvel, so we'll go back up and look at that one. But CORCZ, again, I usually find better things to trade. This Core Scientific won't be on my list, Peter. Any reason why we should reconsider? Peter, you are mute.
Oh my God! Sorry.
There you go.
No,
you're back.
No reason. They had an analyst call. Obviously, they didn't like what they heard, but not a good enough reason to trade it.
Yeah, so and the few times we put it on the list, I mean, once or twice it hasn't done well. Let's go back up to Marvel. Marvel had earnings last night. It actually had a big drop here. It went from we were looking at 90. We were live yesterday on YouTube, and all the way down to, again, initially like 76, and then further down to 73. So big drop. Again, normally this stock doesn't trade very well. Today I think it's their day though. They have 3 million shares traded, and even dropping some more this morning, right? That they're lower than what they did last night. So I like what I'm seeing here. I like the volume. Down 18% is a big big chunk for this ticker. So yeah, I will have it on my list today. Peter, obviously earnings, we discussed it yesterday. Anything else to add maybe on their future outlook?
Yeah, well, let's recap the earnings quickly. So they actually beat their numbers in the quarter, both revenue and bottom line earnings per share. The trouble comes with their forecast, which, oh my goodness, sorry, which wasn't bad. Their forecast wasn't bad, right? But in this sector, this is a chip manufacturer expected to outperform because they're making chips that support the AI industry. As soon as you're into artificial intelligence, everybody expects you to blow the doors off of things. So they said, we think we can do about 56 to 66 cents per earnings in the next quarter. Analysts said, well, we want 60 cents, which is midpoint to their estimate, but not good enough, right? If your forecast is not well above what the analysts think you can do, you're going to get punished. Same thing on revenue. Analysts said, well, we think you should do about 1.87. How do they know? They guess. The company said, well, we're thinking we're going to do between 1.78 and 1.97 billion. Again, the estimate is completely in the midpoint of what they said, but once again, they're getting punished for it. So anyways, I always shake my head at this because it's a ridiculous way that we've migrated to the way the world works. It's been this way for 20 years. Don't get me wrong. Like there's nothing new going on here, but I still think it's, I don't know. It seems divorced from reality, right? If the analysts say, I think you should do this number, and they do the number, at the very least, their stock price should stay where it's at, right? Isn't that what everybody said we thought you should do? Like, what's the point of the analyst estimates if you're going to get punished for actually achieving it? Like, anyways, rant number 3. I'm done. All right, we can go back. I'm good. I'll calm down.
All right, there we go. So yeah, like this one, guys, on my list, on my primary, down 18% today. I mean, it looks really, really good. Even the pre-market action, you normally don't see this type of clean pre-market action out of Marvel, so we'll be on deck today. All right, let's go to RGTI. So RGTI, down 10% sounds like a lot, but this is only an $8 stock. So again, not a big move as far as the gap down from last night. Also in earnings play, 2.4 million shares traded. I like this one because it can trade well, but I don't know, the really good trading days seem to be behind them, at least for now, because if you look at this daily, again, we had a beautiful run up here, even when the gap down, when we had some negative sentiment on it, negative outlook, it still traded very well. Then it's just started doing these really small days, right? And it's just been really tough. The last week or so, I'm not going to give them any credit because everything's been dropping down. You could have traded Tesla or NVDA for $10, right? So you're not going to get credit for that drop there. The whole market was dropping. For the most part, it hasn't been trading well. So I want to see where it goes. Maybe I'll put it on a secondary, but I'm not too inclined to keep it there if I find something better to trade. Peter, let's give people a recap of their earnings last night, as you did with Marvel too. Looks good.
Sorry, yeah, and it's good. Let's review the numbers quickly, just to remind ourselves what Marvel is, right? So, what RGTI, Rigetti Spaghetti, what Rigetti is, right? So this is a quantum computing company that's got a $2 billion valuation that trades about 60 million shares a day off of a 200 million share float, right? So big numbers there. $2 billion valuation. We're trading 63 million shares a day. But their earnings came out, and the expectation was that they were going to deliver about $2.5 million in revenue. 2.5 million, right? Like we're tiny, like it's inconsequential. I don't even know a word to put to it, right? So what they did 2.27 million. So they missed their number. They, on their earnings though, bottom line, they did exactly what they said. They were supposed to lose 8 cents a share. They did lose 8 cents a share. So at least they met the commitment that they'd made on that number. But like, this is an early stage company that is not, they're not generating their revenue earnings is largely irrelevant. So it actually was good to see Rigetti not move all that significantly. I mean, yes, it's sort of moved down, and it's down about 10%, but this stock can move 10% on any given day. So, I still like it. I still think it's very active considering the size of the actual company. We always have to keep that in mind. And if you choose to play it, just understand that it's got built-in volatility. Just because we see it regularly doesn't make it a stable stock. And we have to remember that sometimes, because the day when like some news comes out, good or bad, this thing, which is a $7 stock now, we could find this thing at $14 or at $2 in the blink of an eye, right? So just don't get yourself caught on it. This is still a high risk stock. It's not a low float, but I would definitely consider it high risk. So, just always be careful with it. Carlos, I'm keeping it around just because it's been fun for a while. The volume is still there, but you're right. It's less fun than it used to be. Don't see what happens.
Yeah, it is definitely less fun. I mean, I wanna watch it anyways because again, we have so much fun just making fun of it is fun. So we'll in front of the name. So we'll have it here, Rigetti Spaghetti. I'll put it on a secondary. Again, it's just we'll have to see how it plays out. Again, volume is there this morning, and let's see if any overreaction. I mean, a move from 720 to 820, 830. It could be nice if we are going to come back to that previous day close, or if the overall market starts swinging the other way as well. That can also be nice. All right, let's take a look. What else we have here? TradingTerminal.com. Looking at HIMS, I'm not. It's tricky. It's got a great gap down today, though. I do like the daily. I do like the pre-market activity. We're down almost 10% on this one. 1.2 million shares traded. Like everything looks good on this ticker. And I like how they're about to lose this area of support that we had for the last two trading days. So if you notice, last two trading days, gap down, found a way to push higher, gap down again yesterday, found a way to push back higher towards this area of support that now looks to be becoming resistance. The day looks great. I mean, if we lose this here, maybe we go even lower. I'm gonna add it. This will be the last time we put HIMS. If it doesn't treat us well, it's gonna go on the ban list. But I'm gonna add to the list, Peter. What's your thoughts on it?
Look, the jokes are way too easy here. Hims and Hers is gapping down because they've got competition from Novo Nordisk. They both have weight loss drugs, and they're both cutting prices. So, look, the jokes make themselves. Put your own dad joke in there, but they're slashing prices, and Hims and Hers is going down as a result of that. I don't know where this is going to go. It's fascinating to me that people pay so much for these weight loss drugs, expecting miracles, despite all the science telling you it's really a zero-sum game. In fact, you're probably going to lose at the end of it, or you have to keep taking it for the rest of your life. So, I mean, we're talking about drugs that cost anywhere from $500 to $1,500 a month to take. So, but yeah, Novo Nordisk came out with their drug is now only $500, whereas the Hims and Hers targeted one was about $1,300. So, it's just who knows where this is going to go. Obviously, there's a lot of margin and room to cut the prices if they're trying to capture the market. My only recommendation, if you're listening to me right now, don't do it, man. Like, if you're going to spend $500 a month, there's a lot better ways if you want to sort of actually get healthy to do that. I mean, hire a private chef for $500 a month. I mean, anyways, or use a meal service if you're not into that. At the very least, you'll eat healthier. It's all about what goes in the pie hole, right? Fix that. You're 3/4 of the way there. Anyways, all right. Man, that's like fourth rant. All right, let's keep moving on. I'm on a roll today.
Yes. All right. HIMS is on here. I like it this morning. I really like the daily. I like the pre-market activity. So please don't let me down. All right, let's skip around a little bit because I want to cover a few of these other ones that are on here. I see tons of Bitcoin stuff on deck, so we'll look at that. I see more quantum stuff on here as well. We already did we look at a quantum one? Rigetti. Yeah, so I already got Rigetti, so that's covered. Yeah, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's look at Mara. Let's look at CleanSpot. Let's look at all these ones that are on here and see what's going on. So we'll start with Mara right here. What's the Bitcoin price, Peter, at the moment? Do we know? I don't have it handy.
Yeah, I do. It's $89,681.95.
Oh, okay.
To be exact.
There we go.
So, so we're sitting just under the $90,000 mark. It was up higher this morning, around 92. It's doing okay. It's still hanging out in this zone, which is important, right? Remember when it got down as low as the $80,000 mark, people started to get nervous. It didn't last long there, bounced back up. Obviously, everybody wants to see it over 95. That's sort of the comfort zone. Over 100 is even better. As long as it sits in this range, I think we're going to see these stocks and sort of move around a little bit, but you're not going to see any excitement or panic with Bitcoin prices hanging out in this area. I keep watching the crypto markets because you never know which one. What's the top trending coin for this morning? Again, how yesterday I was talking about the cow coin. I love this one. The top trending coin this morning, everybody, is called "And It's Gone." That's the actual name of the coin, and it's gone. I love it.
That's
So if you
funny.
want to buy "And It's Gone," it is 0.0006527 cents per coin. So you can buy that, and your money will be gone. And
There you
well,
go.
see, Sam, yes, the logo is actually the teacher from South Park, or maybe it's the banker. I guess it would be more likely that it's the banker guy, right? Remember when was it Kenny that goes into the bank and says he wants to invest his money, and the guy puts it in, and he's like, "Yeah, you're up, you're down, and it's gone." Anyways, there you go. So yes, it's a South Park reference. Again, the fact that you've got a cryptocurrency that's based on that, and it's the top trending one this morning with, let's see, what did it trade? It traded, well, it's got a 1 billion share float, and it's traded, I think, 3.9 million shares this morning. So at, of course, like a 1/thousandth of a penny, but there you go. Anyways, moving on. Bitcoin is really what matters, and it's sitting at 89,000.
Yeah, I like some of these. Not Mara though. Mara doesn't look all that exciting, really. Let's take a look at MSTR. This can have some really wild moves. This morning they are down 2.81 million shares traded, but you got to be careful again. Always risky. And the spread. Got to look at the spread before you take a trade on this one. Let's take a look at Coin. No, nothing is exciting me about these tickers. What else we have as far as Clean Spark, CLSK? No, I'm missing one here. We looked at Mara, we looked at Coin, Riot. I mean, Riot never trades well. Yeah. All right. So I don't know. I don't like any of these. Maybe we'll put MSTR will be probably the better one. I'm gonna put in a secondary just to keep an eye on things, see how it goes. I mean, they're all down this morning on this gappers list, as you can see. So I at least want to watch one of them just in case. I'll keep MSTR on deck, and we can always look at the scanners. All right, let's go tech now. We have NVIDIA down here. We have go ahead, Peter.
Yeah.
Oh no, I
PLTR,
thought you.
people always talk about.
Yeah,
I see it on the
PLTR.
list.
I see SMCI. Let's go to that. Let's go that route. So let's start with SMCI here. This morning we have 1.7 million shares traded. We are down 5% on this one. This one has actually been trading very well. Like this thing has been moving pretty nice here, as you can see the last couple of days. So I'm inclined to have it on my list today again. Also, it's been loving the sell down. Like if you look at the daily here, gapped up, sold off, gapped up, sold off, gapped up, sold off, gapped down, sold down. I mean, it's just it loves to sell down. So to sell off after the market opens. So I like what I'm seeing here. We're seeing some weakness as we're down again, 5.3. Yeah, SMCI will go on the list. There's a couple of times where the beginning, like the start of the bell, after the bell, it was a little rough. But then it goes on these beautiful trend trades, which is really nice. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. Peter, do you like SMCI this morning?
I don't know. No, not really. SMCI hasn't been, trading all that well recently. Interesting news article out of Singapore that involves Supermicro, SMCI, and Dell, where there's a group of charges. There's been an investigation into fraud by the Singapore officials, anyways, said that these individuals made false representations that items would not be transferred to a person other than the authorized ultimate consignee. What does that mean? It means that they bought a bunch of servers and were shipping them to individuals not stated on the bill of lading. So they were selling them to others. The Singapore police have charged over 22 people suspected of false representation, but would not say if these specific servers and the chipsets they contained were subject to US-based export controls. So they said the servers were in Malaysia, and Malaysia is also investigating. It's sort of interesting. Like we're starting to get these, I don't know, conspiracy fraud things where chips that are not supposed to be sold to China potentially are making their way to China via numerous other countries. I don't know what this means ultimately, but it was sort of, anyways, it was just a news article that caught my eye this morning. So yeah, look, I don't know how you would ever manage that. Like, it's a server, right? Like, who's most who's going to know, right? I mean, you could put a super high end chipset into a 10-year-old server box and nobody would really know, right? I mean, I wouldn't expect the guy at customs to one, even open the servers, second, know what they're looking at, right? So I mean, hell, I could probably stare at it, wouldn't know what I'm looking at. So it's got to be pretty easy, I would imagine, to get chipsets into any country you really want to. The fact that these individuals were caught, who knows? They must have been very incautious, or there was a very deep investigation to figure it out. But anyways, it's just interesting. This is part of the geopolitical activities happening, right, as the war heats up on AI activities and AI intellectual property. Again, something very, very difficult to control. We'll see where it goes. But back to our chips, I would stick to NVIDIA if you really want to trade the sector. SMCI, I don't see why it would particularly move today. It's doing its normal volume, normal movement, which for me is a little bit, ho hum. I'll wait and see.
Yep, absolutely. Speaking of NVIDIA, looking at this one right now, looks very, very nice, guys. Down some more, down 3.2 and 10 million shares traded. So it will be on my list today as well. Continuing on tech, a little bit more on the EV side. Let's look at Tesla. It's another one that is also on here. We're down 2.8 with 2.7 million shares traded. And we seem to have found some kind of base or bottoming on Tesla, right? So we just kind of been hanging out here around 260, 270, right? So we just seem to not want to go lower. I mean, this is a very low price given to where we were sitting at, well above 400 in the beginning of the year. So this morning, again, trying to hold here. I do like the volume we're getting on it, and Tesla has been really nice to trade. So I'm gonna put it on my list, and I'm just noticing I got way too many. I'll update the banner at the bottom in a second here, but I'll throw Tesla on a secondary. I'm gonna reorganize all these watch lists I'm having here. So much to watch today. Going back to our list here.
Tesla's an interesting story, guys. And look, I'll apologize. I know yesterday some people got upset. They thought we were talking political. I was not trying to, but you can't talk about some things in the market without understanding the politics that are affecting it. Tesla, in this case, is obviously affected by Elon's, moonlighting job at Doge, and it's interesting. He's starting to run afoul of some people who might not have money but have a lot of power, and sometimes they have both. So you got to be careful. Tesla is in a sticky situation as a company and as a stock. News article this morning that Wall Street is not so quietly starting to dump Tesla stocks and sort of lightening their portfolio, which is leading to some of the downturn here and continuing to exacerbate the move. So as much as the fans out there are still trying to prop it up, if deep pockets start to move out and talk it down, that's problematic, right? That's problematic for Tesla over the long term. It doesn't help that they also have protests going on for those that are angry at protests at Tesla sites, dealerships, I guess, because of what Elon's doing with the federal government in California, right? Earlier this week, or was it yesterday or the day before, the announcement for the governor of California that there were going to be incentives given to all electric vehicles in new incentives given to all electric vehicles in California to spur a fair and equitable EV market, except Tesla vehicles. So, and look, California's got some reason to be snubbed because Elon definitely sort of gave him the finger when he took their money and then ran off to Texas, moving his headquarters and a lot of his facilities and services out of the state. So, sometimes I don't know, it's feeling sketchy for Tesla right now. So we'll see what happens. What happens. I don't know, but from a trading stock, I still like Tesla. Like, it's still in play. The daily chart doesn't look all that good, I have to admit. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't know. But the interplay, like over the course of the day, just the way it moves, I find it gives good trading opportunities. The spread is generally fairly tight considering the price of the stock. it's not that bad, and it's one I keep coming back to. So I'm going to keep watching it as long as it continues to trade, somewhat predictably.
Yeah, Tesla's one of those stocks, man. It trades so well, moves with the market. I mean, it is awesome. So, and the volume, the liquidity, liquidity, everything on it is just great. All right, I want to look at one more Carvana, and then we'll have to stop here for the sake of time. Carvana this morning, we are down 3.4. Peter, you spoke about this a few days ago, and how if the
Yeah.
prices of cars go up, this can be affected. But now there's no tariffs on cars, at least for a bit, right? So this is dropping today. We just got to keep an eye on it. I don't think it's really in play this morning, but let's keep an eye on it. Depending on how these tariffs shape out, this can be affected by it. But just want to see how
Yeah.
it was looking today. Not much going on.
Clearly, I'm not the only one thinking that way. And yeah, as you said, it's dropping now once the tariffs got removed. So we'll see what happens. I mean, again, Carvana, they do over $1 billion a month in business, and so that leaves, that's a big inventory that they've got to turn over, and an inventory that could be affected, right? I mean, all it has to happen is that used car prices go up by a couple $1,000s per vehicle, and suddenly, it could be some excellent quarters for Carvana. But we'll see what happens, right? It's all dependent on the price of new cars, of course, that can float the price of the used cars higher. So we'll see what happens. We can just sit back and wait. It's an ever moving feast, like I like to say, on these tariffs, especially on the autos right now. So Carvana, like you said, Carlos, probably not in play today, but it could become in play again based on the next news cycle.
Yep, absolutely. All right, friends, let's stop here. We have to get to our community events and announcements. We'll come back and pick up some levels if we can. But for the sake of time, let's get to our community events and announcements. You can always look at that by heading over to barebulltraders.com, click on webinars, and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Let's see what's happening on this beautiful Thursday.
Yeah, look, I'll just mention, guys, just before we get there very quickly, Kroger and Macy's also had earnings. They're both gapping down, mixed pictures on both of them. So if you're interested in the retail sector, Kroger and Macy's were the other two I was looking at. Okay. Sorry, let's get to what we've got here. It's Thursday, which means it's our mentorship sessions that we always do on Thursdays. And we start the day off with Lenny's session at 11 a.m. He's going to be talking about any topic you want. So if you want to join him in the webinar room at 11 a.m., he'll happily answer your questions. He'll give you some insight and help you sort of through your day. If you've got stuff that's happened over the course of the week you want him to review, or some challenges that you think you could benefit oh my God, you can get the benefit of a device. Talk to Lenny. He'll help you out. If you want to talk options, the guy to go to for advice then is Jared, because he takes over that webinar room at noon, and he'll be talking options at that time. So you could do both, right? Sometimes the advice that goes for stocks is equally helpful on options. And by the way, understanding options and options trading can be very helpful if all you want to trade is equities. So it might be worth attending both of those at 11 and 12 today. And then, of course, tonight we've got Thor's ever popular mentorship session that happens at 8 p.m. So hopefully you will join Thor for that session. Last night we had our psychology series. It was my pleasure to host Dr. Reed as we hosted that session. The recording should be up soon if you weren't able to attend live, so that'll be available in our library of webinars for everybody that wasn't able to attend. So look for that. And then, tomorrow we've got, our last of the week. We'll talk about that as we get there for tomorrow. So today, 11 a.m., 12 p.m., and 8 p.m. are our 3 sessions. If you want to join us at Bearable Traders, we'd love to have you. Check out bearabletraders.com. We've got a number of membership options for you, from the intro right through the elite annual. We'd love to see you in the room, but you don't have to join to be a member if you wanted to join us live in Vancouver, for example. So Andrew was talking yesterday a little bit about it, as was I. It's going to be a fantastic event full of activities that will definitely keep you busy, will educate and entertain you. I promise it. So it's going to be great. We're all going to be there, the entire team flying into Vancouver. We're very much looking forward to it happening at the end of this month. So hopefully you'll consider joining us in Vancouver if you haven't already got your ticket. All right, let's set some levels. We're running a little bit behind, probably because I've been like super high energy and ranty. I guess this is what runner's high feels like. Again, Sorry, my apologies to everybody. I just,
No worries,
you know,
Peter. No worries.
here I am.
Let's take a look at some levels here, guys. Let's start with BABA this morning. I have the pre-market 146.76, so I have that level there. Also, the low of the
Okay.
pre-market is going to be, yep,
If I could just quickly, guys, in the chat
yep.
room, calm down, everybody. We don't need to throw, insults at each other. Please be nice. If you're not nice, next comment, I'm blocking you. So just be nice, everyone. All right, that's it. Sorry, Carlos.
Okay. All good. I didn't read, but yeah, guys, behave. I'm not sure what's going on, but behave. All right, let's take a look at a BABA this morning. So low of the pre-market right now, we're looking at 142.60. So I'm going to slam a level there as well. Again, BABA's been trading very nice. Had a great day yesterday. Looking for the same today as JD. I think JD's the one with the news, as we mentioned, but I like BABA so much better. So I'm going to have that one on deck. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. I am going to put some levels just below the previous day close. You have one here at 139.08, and then you have another one down here at, oops, sorry, I don't have the daily for you guys. There we go. And another one here at 136.24. So once we do that, you're pretty set there when it comes to BABA. Again, really like this one. We should do a level above this. We have been higher just in case. I mean, it looks like it wants to sell off. I don't see strength in it right now, but of course that can change. Looking at the weekly, the next level I can pinpoint here is 153.08. Again, we're $10 above that right now with the price action, but this thing can move pretty good. We can get there if it's going to be really strong for the day. All right, let's take a look at Marvel this morning. So Marvel, again, big drop, guys. I like this one a lot. We're down 17% here, a little bit lower than the drop from yesterday right after earnings. And again, don't have a bias. This can go either way. Play the price action. We've seen stocks do this, and at the market open, they might drop a little bit more, and then they might just end up recovering if it's an overreaction. What I saw in the earnings last night, guys, it was that it was not that bad. Again, I don't know what happened on their call and their forecast, future outlook, but it wasn't that bad. Like it was it was not that bad to be down 18%. Is what I think. So maybe an overreaction. We'll love to see an aggressive bounce here to start closing this gap. 73.20 is the low of the pre-market. The high is over at 79.11. So we got those two marked. And if you see the daily here, we're surrounded by the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Gonna just move on over to the left, and we're gonna get some levels off of this here as well. This is our high of our pre-market here. This is our low of our pre-market. And I am going to mark this one here, 75.94. We'll slam one there. And then towards the bottom of that, we do have a great, beautiful area of support, guys. Look at the ping pong action back and forth between 73.20 and 71.39. So you definitely want to have those marked in case Marvel does decide to go lower this morning. But I think it'll be nice. This is a big gap down. I think we'll have a lot of fun with it. Here's HIMS. Again, HIMS is a hit or miss. It really is. Like the few times I watched it, it hasn't done well for me. But I like the pre-market activity. I like the daily this morning. So let's hope that it can treat us well. 39.84 is the high of the pre-market. The low is just below. Like, look at this area. You got a lot of support happening right on here. The last 2 trading days, we did the same thing. And as I mentioned, gap down, sold up, or pushed higher. Gap down and pushed higher again. We're gapping down again today, the 3rd day. So maybe buyers might not come to the rescue this time. Who knows? But be aware that in another level towards the bottom is going to be 36.22. And just in case we really flush here, we have 34.83. Another nice level off the daily. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. And we also have the previous day close on there as well. Let's take a look at SMCI. So this morning, SMCI, I like this one. It has been trading well. The first hour or so could be a little rough until it settles down. So if you get yourself stopped out once or twice, just give it a little more time until it picks a direction. And then when it does, man, you could tell here it trades very, very well. 38.44 is the high of the pre-market. The low is 36.45. Once you do those 2 levels, look how beautiful the last 2 trading days are treating you. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. You do not need to add anything else. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. Give me a second here. Okay, NVIDIA. We have a 10 million shares traded right now in NVIDIA, so this is looking nice. The high of the pre-market 119, so pretty high up here, and we're slamming ourselves down to 113. Is the low of the pre-market, so very nice range this morning already. We are down 3.3 on this one, and the volume is looking very nice. If you look at the big picture, the last two trading days are providing a lot of great levels on here. Do not need to add anything else. Peter, we'll go straight to you for a quick recap of our moderators list, and then I see Andrew's ready to rock and roll. Good morning, Andrew.
All right.
Good morning.
Yeah, that's
good morning.
good.
Yeah.
Good morning, Andrew. Let's quickly tell everybody what our moderators are watching, then we'll hand it over to our live traders. Thor is going to be looking at Apple, Tesla, and AMD. Lenny's looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, Marvel, Macy's, HIMS, and SMCI. So a big list covering a lot of what we talked about this morning. Avi and Sean watching sort of their usual. Jared's watching JD, RGTI, OKTA, if I could say it, Tesla, SMCI, and Macy's. Brendan is going to be watching NVIDIA, Baba, SMCI, and Tesla. Mike is watching Baba and NVIDIA. Megan is watching NVIDIA, Hood, ASTS, not one we talked about, and Amazon. Brian is watching Tesla, NVIDIA, K-Web, and JD. I've got my usual list, as well as Apple, Microsoft, Macy's, and Marvell. And Paris is going to be watching JD, Marvell, Tesla, NVIDIA, and PLTR. Andrew is watching Tesla, NVIDIA, SMCI, and PLTR. And last but certainly not least, Phil is going to be watching NVIDIA, Baba, Tesla, Apple, and Marvell. So a lot of people watching Marvell. We'll see if that pans out or if it's a waste of time. It could go either way. Flip of the coin there. So in any event, guys, it's one of these days. I know that everything is charged out there. We just let's all talk nice amongst each other. Let's be friendly. I know sometimes people get under your skin, including me, and if I do, my apologies. But try and resist the public comments. We'll keep all of our chats, both YouTube and in the chat room, all friendly. We're all friends. We all want the same objective, which is to trade and have some fun, right? So, with that said, guys, trade smart. We'll hand it over to Andrew and Brian, and have a great day.
All right, guys, have a great day. Good morning, Brian and Andrew.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning,
Good
Andrew.
morning, everybody.
Just to reiterate what Peter said, chat room is for stocks, price action. We don't mind friendly banter, but let's keep it friendly. We're all here, as Peter said, for a common goal, to make some money. So please don't disparage anybody.
What is happening? Why market is going down again, Brian?
Well, I think still some concerns about the impact of tariffs. We did have some jobless claims in U.S. productivity this morning. I don't know that the jobless claims came in really that much different than what was expected.
So according to Wall Street Journal, the recession trade is back on Wall Street.
And correct, Brian. The numbers came in, initial jobless claims and continuing were basically around their targets. One was slightly over, one slightly under, but no big change.
Yeah, I guess there's sort of been a lot of layoff announcements. Of course, been a lot of the Doge cuts, and then I think it's sort of been followed by some private companies expressing some concern and laying some people off as well. So I think it's sort of a like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Companies, CEOs see other people laying off. Maybe they're also thinking downturn in economy, so they start laying people off, and then more companies see that, and more companies do it. So it's could be a bit of a vicious circle here. So, and we've seen this before. This movie has played before.
Yeah, so the markets lost all the gains that it did yesterday. SPY rallied 1% when the White House announced that there is a break on the car tariffs. Now it's just
just
down again.
for another month, putting
Yeah,
them on hold for another month. So it's really, I mean, a month is, for car companies, a month is like an hour. For the number of changes they have to make, and then they don't know, what's going to happen in a month. The uncertainty is also the thing that's really kind of hurting the markets right now. Markets don't like uncertainty, and we've got a lot of that right now.
right. So for me, I look at the usual suspects, Tesla and NVDA, and PLTR yesterday traded really nicely. So we can keep that one as well. Yeah, so let's see how the open gives us in 10 seconds, in 1 minute.
Yeah, wow. SPY is continuing to sell off here.
All
Here
right,
we
so
go.
the
Ding, ding,
market
ding, ding. Let's see what
open, ding,
happens.
ding, 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 ding. All the volatility at the open. So I'm waiting 1 minute to the dust settle down. Tesla's super weak right now. Ooh,
Yeah,
Tesla is really setting off. So Tesla potential opening range
yeah.
breakdown,
Q's
same as
really
NVDA probably.
dropping.
So all this volatility at the open, something that we're looking for. All right, so I'm getting ready potentially shorting Tesla for 1 minute opening range breakdown. Looks pretty nice. Maybe we
There's
can
a lot
short
of
TF.
orders to the downside on Tesla.
Yeah, this is definitely. Let's see if that's TSLL. There's no shares for short on TSLL. What's the inverse of TSLL?
I don't think it's
TSLS?
it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to short the funny ETFs. I've tried to short them before.
TSLQ also. Let's see.
And they keep saying there's no short for available. I don't know if they just don't allow it or
TSLQ is nice. It's good volume as well. Or maybe we can short directly. No trade for me yet, so let's settle down a little bit. Thing. NVDA dropped. Spies 574. Right, NVDA is doing some funny price action. Yeah, Tesla is gonna go probably lower. I might actually short directly Tesla. Ah, shit. Wait. It just was too late. I missed it.
they got long some puts on Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla's super weak. I think Tesla is really holding it, pushing everything down. 260 might be a level today for Tesla.
Just going to cover some here. Just it's
Sure.
still early. I just could be a lot of whipsaw action.
Yeah, Tesla is
In
really weak though.
PLTR popped
I
and
didn't short
dropped.
Tesla. Anyone shorted 1 minute range breakdown? It was a very nice 1 minute range breakdown.
Still short some or still long some puts, which makes me short on Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla's very, very obvious that people are getting out of it.
I'm trading the 267.50 puts.
NVDA is popping up. I'm going to get some long NVDA. through NVDA. See, NVDA looks like it's NVDA looks like it wants to squeeze above the VWAP. I'm long NVDL through NVDL 42. NVDA is squeezing above the VWAP 113.60. So let's see if NVDL can go higher. Now NVDA looks like it wants to make a doji 5 minutes bullish engulfing. Let's see if it can hold the VWAP.
We're right at yesterday's low on Tesla, so that's kind of why it's hesitating a bit here. I'm looking at Bookmap. There's a lot of orders to the downside here. Heavy institutional orders. So
So I'm
looking
I'm long
Tesla's.
NVDA. Let's see if NVDA can go through NVDL 42. Again, 933 candle was really nice on NVDA. Let's see if it can actually stays above the VWAP or not. Let's see if NVDA can actually closes above the VWAP or not.
Come on, Tesla, you can do it. You can do it.
It's super weak. It doesn't seem that has a bottom yet.
Tesla making new lows here. We're at $8 on these options now. We just went through 8.
Wow. Which one did you take?
This 267.50 puts.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna get stopped down on NVIDIA, guys. I
Yeah,
gotta
pretty
stop down on
choppy
NVIDIA.
price action right now.
This was amazing.
As I've been saying for a couple of weeks now, I see absolutely no reason to own Tesla right now as a stock. I just think there's
Yeah.
just a lot of fundamentally negative news about it. That's not making any political comments. I know some people are Musk fans, and I just don't see just see everything going the wrong way on Tesla right now.
Yeah, the valuation has always been super high on Tesla. Like as
Yeah,
a car
yeah,
company,
very
it was
much.
trading like 160 times of PE, while like what is a Ford or other car companies, GMs are way lower than that.
Well, everybody,
The idea was that
yeah,
this one
people
is more
argue
than
it's
a car
yeah, it's a technology company, but right now, um, none of those technologies. Those are all sort of future, and I guess some people are calling into question whether how far in the future. I guess. So I just covered some more here. Just sold some more puts. 820.
All right, let's see. The market is bouncing. I have an eye on NVDA still. If it comes back up,
Wow,
uh,
NVIDIA really dropped there and came back up. There's a lot of orders to the. Did we? PLTR getting smoked.
LTR was a very nice 5-minute range breakdown as well.
Okay,
So
well, I
I have
got
one
long
last
a
one.
little got long a little JD through the view app there as we're moving up. I'm long
VDLs.
KWeb as well as a swing trade. KWeb is just the internet ETF for Chinese stocks. It's really late to the party on that one.
JD?
Yeah, no, well, I'm long KWeb, but I'm also long a little bit of JD, just because it seems to, it was on my watch list and it's broken through the view app here.
I'm gonna get back long on NVDA. Looks like NVDA really closing as a doji. I'm going back long on NVIDIA, guys, at 4180. NVDA is looking like, the both 5 minute, it really looks like a hammer. So there is some buying pressure on it. All right, there you go. There you go. There you go, popping up. Come on, go above the VWAP NVDA. Then now becoming
All right, I'm just
like, look at
selling.
the
I'm
5 minute.
selling some JD at 46.10. This is kind of, it's up in an area where I think it's going to see some resistance here.
Come on, NVDA. So look at the 5 minute candlestick on NVIDIA, guys. I'm actually marking it on this chart. So it really looks like this too big doji. Um, but the goal is if you can actually get the VWAP, every time that it's trying to sell off, it's being bought back off. PLTR is down 5%, it's still going down. Tesla looks like it wants to go down more. That would be nice if you can actually get this breakout on NVDA. NVDA 114 could be something if we get there.
Added back on JD on that pullback.
PLTR is going down still really well. Right, so it looks like NVIDIA wants to break 5 minute opinion range break off.
I'm just about to get, here we go. I'm selling some again back at 6 on JD.
Come on, NVDA.
Oh, I like that ad. That was sold some when it popped up through there, and it back. Let's see if we can go to high of day now.
RGTI, Rigetti is moving up too, huh?
That was a 9 EMA rejection on Tesla. Was damn. Here we go. Come on, JD.
Come on, NVDA. Like the market is dropped again, so the market definitely doesn't have much momentum to the
I
upside.
think problem is nobody's
Oh, there you go.
nobody's
Oh,
stepping in and buying.
there you go. NVIDIA popping up 114. Nice. Should I partial?
Very sweet.
My trade is going the direction that I wanted. That's what's happening. Finally.
Here we go. I'm gonna sell
Went
some
long
more
in retail
JD.
here, now we're up above the VWAP. So these are the signs
Selling
that I was going.
46.30. Just sold some more JD.
To get another pop on NVDA. I
Yeah,
didn't partial yet.
KWeb's looking good, baby.
Come on, NVDA. I didn't partial, but I should have probably partial.
All right.
What's Tesla doing? Tesla's trying to bounce. Tesla, there is a good bounce for Tesla area of 2 days ago low, 261.62. Obviously, that's a level that you want to get. NVDA, yeah, NVDA is also struggling to stay above the VWAP. I might get a stop down on NVDA again. Tesla is going down really nice. Oof.
Yeah,
LTR.
you go, girl. Perfect rejection off the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart for Tesla. Popped up, couldn't get above it. Or people stepping in for and selling. Yeah, JD. My next this was this level here was R6 where it rejected from. That's why I kind of took some off there at 46.30.
I should have
Next
partial.
level for JD would be over 47 if we can continue to get some buyers coming in here. SPY is selling off. It's down at yesterday's low. May try to bounce there.
PLTR. Paris, a really nice short on PLTR. Yeah, Paris did a very nice short on PLTR. PLTR short was really nice. Tesla short was really nice too. I didn't take them.
Yeah, I'm
Instead, I got a
surprised you
start.
didn't step in there. I kind of thought you were gonna step in, and actually I was looking at something else and you mentioned it, so I flipped over to it. So thank you, Monsieur.
Of course.
Okay, we're back at high of day on JD. Let's see if we've got more buyers here to push this higher.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of NVDA again. This NVDA really is super choppy. Yesterday was also super choppy. Yeah, I'm getting out of NVDA, guys. NVDA, it's just super choppy. I get a loss.
Yeah, PLTRs was a really nice short.
PLTR was a nice short. Test short was amazing too.
See what JD looks like on Bookmap. Wow, we've got a lot of orders, man. Heavy order book to the upside.
Piece of garbage. NVDA is just.
How low will Tesla go? Well, I don't know. It's a good question. This 264.20 area is where we've bounced off of, which is S6 pivot point. We got to 264.40. Okay, so we're back at the 9 EMA again on a
Back to
2-minute
that.
chart. See if we get a rejection.
I'm gonna get another long on NVDL. 42. Third time is the charm. Let's see. NVDA is just popping above the VWAP. I'm back long on NVDL 42.07. Adding a little more on that. Third time is the charm. Like NVIDIA this time looks like it wants to really break out of this 114. See if we can make the losses back on it. That would be nice. Or what are you trading? That
I'm
you're
out of
trading
JD,
MS?
kind of back close to my break even. It might hold here, but it's near the VWAP, and I just
Yeah.
couldn't get above this 46.30 level. So
NVDA is trying to hold close above the VWAP, although the 5-minute is super disgusting on it.
hmm.
Yeah, definitely going long today. It was really not great. NVDA did have some bullish price action on it. Like every time they're sold off to 112, it really bought back up. But these pops, yeah, above the VWAP, none of them have momentum. Um,
There's definitely a seller on NVIDIA at 114. If you can get through there,
yeah,
I would say
let's see. Maybe
114.40. 114.40 would be where you'd see some resistance. That was yesterday's low. But yeah, there's definitely some people are just selling at 114 there.
all right. So Qs are trying also come back above the VWAP. That might help.
Okay, well, I'm flat.
NVIDIA.
No positions for me now.
Adding a little bit more on NVDL here, helping the bulls. Tesla is also trying to come back above the VWAP.
Yeah, Tesla got above the 9 EMA. Now we're sitting at the VWAP and yesterday's low.
All right, so there you go. So let's see if you can.
I really,
SPY is also.
I don't, yeah, I don't see a lot of reason for Tesla to go higher, but I'm not going to short it either.
Come on, NVDL. Don't
Yeah,
embarrass
Qs
me
are
in front of.
popping, SPYs moving up.
Yes. Okay. So Qs are popping, SPYs are popping. Everything is popping
Sounds like a
except this
song.
piece of garbage that I am in there.
So, sounds that could be a rap song.
Qs popping, SPY popping.
Everything popping.
Everything's popping.
Yeah, sorry, guy. Sorry, guys. That
Pop,
was
pop,
really bad. Clearly,
popping,
my
popping.
those aren't. That isn't
Come on,
in
guys.
my
NVIDIA
repertoire.
is gonna go break 114 now. If not, I change my name. I'm not Andrew Aziz if NVDA doesn't go through 114. There you go. See, I told you. Told you.
Yeah, that's promising.
See, we took the long through the VWAP. Now we want to go to the high of the day. No, there's nothing behind me, Nick. I don't think there's anyone behind me. You might see a ghost. You might see a ghost.
Yeah,
There's a ghost, you
that's
see. All right, so there
that's
you go.
that's fair. That's Ferris, not to be confused with Paris.
Thank you for clarifying that.
All right, so NVDA. There you go. I told you NVDA is gonna pop. I haven't
Yeah, nice.
partial yet on NVDA. Yeah, there you go. 114.40 could be a level on NVDA. Everything looks like it's popping up. Come on, NVDA, 114.50. Let's see. At partial, there's NVDA at 114.50 is a level. Let's see if you can get there. Look at the daily chart on the NVDA. Yeah, yesterday low is at 114.50. Let's see if you can get there. It dropped. Let's be back.
Shorted Tesla again. That was a 920 trade. See if it continues to sell off here. Qs and SPY, that was short-lived bounce. Tesla seems to be trading with the market. NVIDIA is looking fairly positive.
Yeah, it's all looking with the market. Like, let's see what the Qs are doing. Definitely, these rallies are not trustable.
Okay, Tesla's back to my break even here.
That was a really nice short. Tesla short was super nice.
Yeah. Kind of was hoping for more of a drop here. I didn't like that snap back.
Let's see if the NVDA can hold above the VWAP. Obviously, in a 5-minute NVDA, really some serious moving averages to pop up. This is the second trade that I didn't partial. Rigetti's keep going higher. Yeah, Rigetti was nice.
Still with the Rigetti. All right, Tesla, this is it. Come on, drop again.
The market seems that has settled down around this area.
Yeah.
I'm still long on NVDA, guys. I want to see if what it does at the VWAP doesn't look great. Derna is down. JD was up.
Just covering half of this short on Tesla, wasn't it? Just want to make sure I don't, if I have to stop out, won't get a loss.
Yay. Don't do this to me again. Oh,
And NVIDIA rolled over again, eh?
Yeah, I just yeah, I
tried to
didn't
pop up.
partial. Should have partial that. Oh, let's see. Let's give it a few more minutes and see what's going to happen with the market. Let's see. The market is SPY tribe 574. Looks like it's holding. Q's 493. PLT
Yeah,
also
I'm
tried.
out of
Looks
the
like
rest of
up.
I'm out of the rest of this Tesla short. I don't like the way it's kind of holding here.
Thor shorted Nasdaq up there. Jared SMCI. Jared, you're long SMCI, yes? Yeah, SMCI was a nice, really reversal as well.
Oh yeah, sure. Now you're going to drop Tesla. Thank you. Damn.
Mm. Yeah, it looks like
Oh
NVDA.
well.
NVDA was the garbage stock to trade. It's at 10. Wholesale inventories plus 8%.
Oh yeah, we had some numbers there. Yeah, look at Tesla. See, I'm glad I got out of that short. Wow.
Pops, I don't know if I can trust this pop, honestly. The wholesale inventories. Let's see what the Benzinga says. Let me open up the Benzinga squawk. See what they say. It's a little bit annoying, but he's announcing it. US wholesale inventory for January. All right, so NVIDIA, I'm actually, guys, it's still long on NVIDIA. So it's looks like it wants to go higher. Let's see, NVIDIA is going for
Yeah, so
114.50.
yeah, look at that. JD's really been selling off since I got out of it.
Come on, NVIDIA, 114.50. You can break it. If I can get a PhD, you can get it also, this 114.50. Come on, it's not that hard.
Pretty close to a high of day there at 114.50.
Yeah,
It
it
is high
is.
of
And it's
day,
holding the VWAP. That's why I'm
114.30.
mistaken there. But it's one of those,
114.35.
yeah, it's one of those trade books. This is really not my trade book. Originally, I wanted to do a 1 minute opening range breakup and 5 minute opening range breakup, and then it turned out to be a mess. But the first trade that I did, I think I was pretty happy with it. Like it really sold off, bounced back at 933, really good squeeze. I think it looks like it's now at the VWAP, trying to fight back. Very indecisive. Market is very, very indecisive. Doesn't seem that it wants to go much lower, but
Yeah,
also people buyers are really not ready to buy. And as you said, the uncertainty,
yeah,
financial market doesn't like uncertainty.
yeah. I just feel like this is a nobody's too keen on buying. there's certainly people that are selling right now, but I don't feel like there's panic today. Here we just got a pop to open.
All right,
Long
so popped up
SPX.
now. Price popping. Come on, NVDA.
Yeah, long
Come on.
SPX. Just quick scalp on these SPX calls.
Come on. Finally, third time is the charm. Yes. Okay, now I have the chance to
Okay,
get out of
nice,
it.
nice. Here we go.
So, okay, now I'm partitioning an NVDL. Let's see if I come out of this day green.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay, just sold 34
Triangle orgasm. Oh, yeah.
SPX. The 5765s
Oh, yeah.
calls. Someone asked me yesterday where you pick your strike price. Always fairly close to the money. Sometimes I'll go just a little. If I have a choice, I'll go a little bit above it as opposed to a little bit below it. If I'm expecting the stock price to go up. If I'm expecting the stock price to go down, it might go the next strike down. So we move towards the price moves towards whatever strike I pick. Oh wow, this thing's going to 35 now. We're getting a nice rally on the SPY.
Yeah. Jared, nice trade on SMCI as well. SMCI is also really volatile. So, okay, so NVDL, if I partial more, I can actually come out of this day green.
You got your 114.50.
Yeah,
I
I mean, I
think.
partial
Did you get
most of
one
it.
above there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did hit
nice.
114.
Awesome.
Now, if I sell everything now, I'm green, but I'm
Awesome.
actually a little bit greedy. See if you can actually go for one more.
Awesome.
I stay greedy. Let's go. I am a greedy person. All right, so we got a really nice move from NVDA. So from the VWAP, it went up, came down, we didn't get a stopped out, and then boom, big move. And that's actually exactly like the SPY. SPY is also coming up, and now it's going higher. So I'm not gonna sell because my SPY is still strong. Tesla also closed above the VWAP. That was Benzinga. Guys, for those of you who want to have breaking news, there is a Benzinga icon on the chat room. You can click on that. And then on that website, you can actually play Benzinga Charlie to do the squawk to actually announce it for you. I'll just stop it because it's very annoying with my microphone. But if you're, listening to yourself at the office, it's not bad to sometimes have this. Yeah, it scares you because it doesn't speak all the time, and then suddenly it does. All right, so another push and SPY and Qs, which translates into the NVDA as well. All right, nice. Very nice. Right, so I'm partitioning a little bit more. That's a very nice squeeze. I wouldn't be actually surprised if the market goes green today.
Yeah, maybe.
Tesla is also coming back to 70. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the market honestly goes green. All right, so I got all of my losses back. I'm now profitable on it. That's good. So green day slowly. If I sell a little bit more here at 43 on NVDL, that could be, yeah. So now I'm green. for the day. That's
awesome. I was worried about you.
well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Look at that beautiful view behind you.
Such a beautiful day to
Amazing.
lose your money.
Yeah. It's something I don't have in my office. I look out my window, I see my neighbor's bathroom window.
That could be a good view, depending on
Not
who's in
the
there.
it's not the same. That's true.
All right, so let's see what the chat room did, guys. Gary L. Spy 580, huh? That's nice. I think that would be get that. Brian, did you decide to get the Ferrari or no?
No room to. I don't have room to park it.
You can park it at my place. Cool.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we can have the Ferrari parked beside the Lamborghini.
Perfect. All right, so I think NVDA is, I mean, I'm profitable on it now. So that was a little bit sketchy to hold it, but it looks like the market really started moving up. It doesn't look like the market wants to really sell off. So I'm hoping that NVDA can actually stay above.
Just watching right now. I'm just trying to figure out where things are going. If we're going to go higher, we're kind of stalling a bit here, but we might go higher. Kind of into an area of resistance from free market. See where we go. Looks like we want to go higher.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Ryan, you sound quiet.
I'm just trying to figure out what if there's anything else to trade here. Just looking to
So yeah,
see.
for me, I'm still holding, guys, NVDL. So you can actually see my position here on my screen. So I'm holding 7,000 shares of NVDL. So as you see, I made out the losses back. It's not really highly profitable, but it's good that at least it's green for the day. Yeah, IWM is recovering slowly. SPY is recovering. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if the market goes green. The uncertainty in the market is not great. So reading Wall Street Journal, they said recession trade is back on Wall Street. Trade tension and sign of a slowing growth have forced investors to rethink. But eventually bounce. The question is when. If I had more money, like I'm out of all cash. Like I already see I'm all out of cash. I would have bought SSO. It's 2 times leverage of a SPY. For holding 2 is good. 3 is a little bit tricky. Like this TNA, TQQ and stuff, they're very tricky to hold for the longer term. But 2 leverage is really nice for the long term. Like SSO is 2 times leverage. But now your SPY is down like 7% from all-time high. So, I mean, you rarely get this kind of pullbacks. It would have been a really good place to buy for longer term. VO at 527. Yeah. I mean, if a SPY had 1.5 leverage, that would have been amazing long-term investment. Like 1.5 leverage. There used to be an ETF of 1.5. I don't know why they discontinued that. Maybe it was way too good to be holding. I don't know. But interactive brokers also give you margin. You can also buy on margin of interactive brokers. Just pay the interest a little bit on it. Two,
Yeah.
I mean, 2 is good too, Samit. 2 is really good. SSO is a SPY of 2. But again, when the leverage goes higher, it gets more and more trickier. 3 definitely is not for longer term because again, a pullback of 20%. Every couple of years there is an incident that you might get 20, 25, 30% pullback, like financial crisis or pandemic, and then those ones get really destroyed on the 30% or 20% pullback. Because if SPY pulls back 25%, then the 3 times leverage goes 75% down. And then now for the recovering back to the things, SPY has to go 300% higher. So because the nature of the leverage, but 2 or 1.5 is really good.
SPY seems to be kind of stalling here.
No, Danny. No. That is a wrong argument about it. It's not about how much position that you're taking. It's about the nature of moves in the leverage. You can take 30% and take 3 times leverage, but the idea here is a drop of 30% destroys those 3 times leverage because they drop 90%. And then for recovering that, even if the Qs go back up, I'll show you an example. IWM is trading now. Let's go to IWM is a really good example because I had a $2 million loss on that. So IWM, I bought IWM when it was 220. The TNA in that time was 90. And now IWM is back to 220, but TNA is at 40 because when the IWM goes back up to that rate, doesn't necessarily 3 times goes there because 3 times get crushed on the way down, and then now it has to go back up daily with 3 times. Yeah, SPY 1.5 I think is a really good investment. Like I would have bought it. I have no other extra cash anywhere, so otherwise I would have to really go in there. All right, so NVIDIA is popping up. I'm partialing more on NVIDIA, guys. Yeah, Yeah, I'm partitioning more.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
Tesla's
surprised if
Tesla's
market goes
breaking
green
out.
today.
Tesla's breaking out here. It's tried to through 271. This is an area that was sort of support through the pre-market, and it's right at S4. Bit of a Pearson fail on Tesla. Couldn't keep the momentum going. Still looks positive though. SPY and the Qs are breaking to new highs here, highs of the day.
Yeah, NVDA 115. NVDA looks like it wants to go to S3. They still have 5,000 shares of NVDL. Again, SPY is going to S3, Q's at S3.
Right.
There you go. Okay, so it pops up. Again, guys, I have NVDL and I probably don't want to open a new position.
Yeah, this 115 area looks interesting.
Yeah, don't judge me. This is the one thing that I haven't done in my life, but I'm doing it now.
What's that?
Well, I don't have creamer at home, so for my coffee, I put some Bailey's. She's Irish cream, so like 7 a.m. in the morning, because I don't like the really is without.
It's okay. I
Yeah,
think it's past 7 o'clock, so 7 in the morning. So I think it's got to be 2 o'clock somewhere in the afternoon in the world. So you're good.
I think even 7 a.m. you can drink. I think in Tulum and party places they drink 7 a.m. in the morning.
Oh
Not
yeah.
a problem.
Oh yeah.
Right, popping
You
up.
can. I think you can drink in Vegas at pretty much any hour, can you?
That's true. In the West End. Yeah, that's cheap. We can do that too. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're good. Let's drink.
7:20. There you go. 7:20 in Dubai.
There you go. I'm in Dubai time. I'm in Avis time.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think Tesla's
So
going to
go
go
on.
higher here.
No. Go on. I look at the NVDA. So the charts, I look at my screen. So here's, I have NVDA chart just next to me over there. Say, I'm actually looking at NVDA chart and NVDA time and sales as well. Like I have a time and sales of NVDA going over there. But NVDA, when you're trading NVDA, just you're using the leverage. It's since I switched to TSLL and NVDL, I noticed that there's a pump in my equity curve. They're very volatile, and not the volatile, but they're very more capital efficient. The volatility is following exactly of NVDA and Tesla. Or you can trade the options, but I found them a little bit easier because options you have to mess around with the strike and the spread, and
Yeah.
these are really much nicer.
And sometimes, yeah, you're dealing with a bit of a spread. between the bid and the ask. SPY
Usually they're
continues
pretty
to go
good.
higher. And wow, look at the Qs go.
Yeah.
Qs are catching bid too here. Tesla's got a seller at this level. It's 271.
All right, so let's see what the future is taking us. Super happy with the day. Turned out to be a profitable day. So again, 3 trades, guys. You get stopped out twice, and then eventually that one trade works for you. Then you make all the losses back. It's the concept of risk to reward as well. You keep the losses small, and eventually. What I really liked about the NVDA was these dojis in the first first 10 minutes. So it was really, was telling me that really doesn't plan to go much lower. Jared did a very nice trade on SMCI. Really, oh, SMCI is going to green, huh? That's very nice. The initial
Yeah, that was
stop loss,
down.
Rajesh. Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I was going to say SMCI was down quite a bit this morning. So nice, a good
Yeah,
comeback on that one.
yeah, 6-7% down. I remember that. NVDL. So the
I'm,
the third
I'm
trade that I
short.
did was. Sorry, go ahead. You're
I'm
short, Brian?
short Tesla. I'm short Tesla. Sorry. Just as I was mentioning, it was taking too long to get through 271. That was nice. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Just
Yeah,
covered some.
exactly. I was saying that it was very close to my really risk to reward here on NVDA. So I was very close to get a stopped out on it in this area. So usually, I put a really maybe half of this candlestick on the chart on the 5 minute, but it was very close for me to get a stopped out. So I was saying, okay, let me wait a little bit and see what's going to happen. And I got lucky because it was very likely that I would have got a stopped out on it.
Just covering some more. Qs and the SPY and the Qs are kind of dropping a bit here.
Oh.
I'm all out. Tesla, all out of this short.
Well, you're flying from Houston,
SMCI.
IAG. Yeah. Yeah, there's a direct from Vancouver, Houston to Vancouver. All right, so SPY, see this pullback is being bought back up on SPY and Qs.
Yeah, that was a
So very
bounce.
good.
I kind of figured we were due for a bit of a pullback there after that run up. Wow, JD is going to go red by the looks of it. It's going to
He looks like
probably try to hold here.
Sean
Rigetti went
traded.
green. Eh? Look, wow, Rigetti. Rigetti was quite the mover.
Yeah, Rigetti was down like 10%, and now it's up 6%.
Yeah,
Somebody was trading Rigetti. Yeah.
the meme stocks are still alive.
No, nice reversal on SPX options. Very, very nice. Very, very
Yeah,
nice. Again, really nice move from 21 to 25. Jeez.
yeah, that's the those SPX options they're dynamite. Blow up your account, blow it up or blow it down, one of the two. Yeah, really,
Uh,
actually, nice 920 on. There was a 920 on SPY, sort of that pullback went through the nine, hit the 20, and then bounced back.
yeah, it was very interesting that really bought back up. That's what the Sean traded on SPX.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
nice. I
yeah.
didn't know that they're so volatile. 21 to 25? Jesus.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
these things are crazy. Yeah, I know, Sean. I wonder if we can
Um,
get to a new high here now that we had a little pullback. Hmm. Meta's down $8, $9.
yeah, well, I'm still on NVDL. I don't know if I want to open a new position today after it was a little bit difficult in the first two trades. But let's see what the market is doing. I'm still holding some NVDL, but I'm now profitable, $8,000 after recovering the losses. So it's a good day coming out of these big losses at the open. Europe cut the rates to 2.5%.
Yeah, yields
Good
on,
for
on the German bonds really went up. Actually, it's funny. Peter was talking about this Singapore investigation about moving chips through there, and yeah, I was listening to something about that like a couple of weeks ago. Actually, they were talking about how it was really unusual. People thought it was really suspicious that Singapore is consumes 15% of NVIDIA chips. So you wouldn't think like Singapore is such a small country. What the heck's going on there? That's what made people wonder why why there's such a high consumption of chips going through there.
Nice. So Sean
Just
made 1500. Nice, very nice. So Raj fan asking question now. My size was the same first two trade, but the last trade I took a little bit bigger size because I had a little bit more confidence in the setup. A little bit more though. So good. There's no WhatsApp group for the summit attendees, no, because I don't think it's necessary. But if you are coming to skiing after that, there is a group chat, so we can actually add you in that for arranging the skiing after that. After the event, we go skiing. I think Nathan, Avi, and I and a bunch of other people are going.
Yeah. There is a bunch of
So I mean,
people
if
that
he
are
does,
planning to go up to Whistler to do some skiing. So,
yeah, perfect. Yeah, there's a Telegram group actually. We use Telegram for that. Um, so yeah, I mean, Sami, if every time that you take a loss and take a bigger position, yeah, obviously you have to accept that your next trade would be lost. But NVDA, I mean, usually when I'm trying to catch a setup and I get stopped out twice, the third time I usually increase my size because third time is a charm. But sometimes the setups are like that. Like it takes some time for you to really get that move, and then when they eventually, in this case, I think I got lucky with the spy and Qs. I think it would. In this case, I think definitely there was an element of luck on that because right at around 10 o'clock, SPY and Qs started running and NVDA really went up. It would have been a stop out. But yeah, but you have to accept that if you increase your size, it's like a gambler's fallacy that every time you lose, you double the position. Eventually comes at you. So you got to be careful on that. Well, guys, yeah, I'm actually glad because Timothy Sykes, I don't know if you guys know Timothy Sykes. Timothy Sykes is one of the pioneers of retail trading. He's a penny stock trader. He's also coming to Vancouver for both TED and for the summit. I really like him. I really respect him. You know, again, I'm not really a big fan of penny stock trading, but Timothy Sykes is a very interesting person. He's essentially one of the pioneers of teaching everybody how to trade. And uh, I reached out to him. He actually reached out to me for something else. And then I told him that, we're having this event. Would you like to come? And he said yes. And I mean, market manipulation, Corey, yes. I mean, anyone who trades penny stocks, somehow they're manipulated with some big followers. Somehow, pump and up is, you know, something that, you know, it's possible. Anyone with the big followers. Like, for example, how many people are in the chat room? Like 700 people. If 10% of you, like only 70 people follow me on a stock that is only $1, and each of you take 5,000 shares, that's something. That's quite could be quite
yeah,
a pop or something. We don't impact like NVIDIA and Tesla, but on the smaller ones, yeah.
can have an impact for
Um,
sure.
yeah, but looking at it this way, that some people are really the pioneers of teaching how to trade because the field of retail trading, the way that we do is pretty new. It's like 10 years because we didn't have access to the low commissions or platform and everything. It wasn't available. Like it was very difficult to really trade actively in the market. And then as technology started improving, it's got better and cheaper, more accessible to us. Then now we are okay. There's a field that is open, but how do we use it? How do we do that? Timothy Sykes was one of the pioneers. A lot of other big retail traders, I think they were all students of Timothy Sykes. I think Ross Cameron was a student of Timothy Sykes, if I'm not mistaken, or so many of them. So I respect the pioneers on that. I mean, I don't judge them on what they did and what the kind of result it is, but you got to acknowledge people who really uh, break the trail for you. So yeah, so he's coming for. I never met him in person. So I actually met his presentation, but I didn't really know him personally. Uh, yeah, Richie, crypto is a little bit different story. Like even the SEC announced that the meme coins, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are grandfathered as a security, but everything else, meme coins are collectible. They essentially said they're collectibles. We don't enforce, these shit coins or meme coins pump and dump um,
Yeah,
because
Shiba.
they're collectible. You buy them, there might be some value in it in future or may not. You have to accept the risk. Um,
Yeah, it's
so and there
like
is a
art
lot of
or NFTs.
yeah, or NFTs and stuff like. A lot of people were thinking, oh, these are securities and you have to protect us. Where is the integrity of capital market? But it's really an announcement that do it at your own risk. It's just a collectible item that you buy. Maybe it has some future, maybe not. Maybe there's no liquidity for it in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of just like playing cards, sport playing cards, anything else collectible. SPY is creeping up here. Same with the Qs.
Yeah. So it seems that there are more items are exempt from tariffs. Maybe that's why. But whatever it is wow. So big pop on Qs and SPY. Tesla is also really big pop.
Yeah, Tesla had a nice big pop there. Yeah, the market just popped back.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the market goes green today. Dow is only a
Yeah,
little bit
maybe.
down.
Might get there.
Phil did a really nice trade on Tesla today. Phil is also having really good options, guys. The small account options trading mentorship. I went to his class. Is on Tuesday. It's really good for the people who really want to learn how to trade options on a smaller account. I think Phil is starting a really good program, and I think obviously his program is getting better and better. Obviously, if you guys support and yeah, very nice, Phil. Really nice. I think your sessions are Tuesday at 11 in the webinar room. But if it gets really developed, then we can actually have potentially more prime time and maybe own chat room. I think options day trading maybe deserve a chat room for itself. All right, so I'm holding NVDA. My average is at 42.07. Let's see how far the market is going to go. It looks like market has some momentum to the upside. Mr. Musk, what does Musk doing this week? Elon Incorporation. Bloomberg has a program called Elon Incorporation. It's a podcast. So you should see my screen. I'm actually sharing my screen. Elon Incorporation podcast, which they go every week to see what this guy is doing. Oh, there is actually
Really?
a YouTube channel too. 180,000 subscribers. Wow. Yeah, every week they're gonna go what Elon Musk is doing. And look at the cover letter. His head is rocket, Tesla, drill, space. It's very interesting. I'm sharing
Remember,
my
remember that
screen.
there was that guy that was tracking his jet around, and he didn't,
Yeah,
and he got mad at him, and he blocked him.
yeah. He got banned. Elon Incorporation, most interesting person on the planet for sure. Yeah, Teddy, I think the sales of Tesla has been down 17% in Europe, while the EV sales has
Down
been
a
up
lot.
37%. So it seems that people in the Europe are kind of not liking Tesla as well.
Yeah, there's been they've had some. I would think there was a story about one of the Tesla charging stations. Somebody torched it. Somebody also went to some Tesla dealership, and torched a bunch of cars. So there's definitely some angst.
So Tesla is trading at the pre-election area. So the high of the pre-election was around that October 28, 270. So it's kind of trading around that range.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to go back to 500 anytime soon. What do you think, Brian?
No, I don't think so.
Guys, thank you so much for everyone who added me on LinkedIn yesterday. I got so many requests and so many invitations. Thank you so much. And thanks for sending the notes. A lot of people actually did send a note. I love to be in touch with everybody in LinkedIn as well. So if you're active and if you honor to have me in your network, I'd love to be in touch with you guys in LinkedIn as well. So I'm actually sending my link here. I think in all social media, I'm like Bearable Traders. So love to be in touch with everybody in LinkedIn as well. Jared did a really nice trade on SMCI. Oof, SMCI is back green. Wow. Wait.
Wow, JD is selling.
Oh, guys, if you're on Instagram as well, you can actually go to my last reel on Instagram and comment, and then today we randomly draw giveaway out. The one that actually says giveaway, we can actually. I want to give away something, maybe a one-to-one mentorship, or maybe some one-to-one mentorship. Oh, that's it. Yeah. So yeah, comment on that, and we'll pick today. And yeah, thanks. And I'll announce it on Instagram. Instagram is a very interesting social media platform. I'm most active personally there, so you can see a lot of my personal day-to-day lifestyle in there.
JD is selling off here. He was tempted to short it, but it's kind of late now. Be chasing it, but it lost. It's gone red on the day.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, definitely. Elon Musk was really disruptor in chief in so many things, and the brand is. I think Steve Jobs was very tied to the brand of Apple as well. It definitely
Yeah,
people love the Steve Jobs and buy Apple product because of Steve Jobs.
yeah. I just think Apple almost went bankrupt too. Steve Jobs
Henry
came
Ford
back to
as
the
well.
company.
Yeah, Henry
It's quite
Ford
an
as well, but
interesting
I don't
history.
remember Henry Ford time. Ford, he's a great guy.
Marvell's been a bit of a dud today. Didn't really do anything. Well, Baba's gone red too. got out of my K-Web swing trade, so it's not really looking. Looks like some of the Chinese stocks kind of put in a double top on a daily. At least that's the way it looks.
Like who are they and what are their background? Like sport people, salesperson. Like I love that. Thanks guys for adding me. I love to finance this.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm on
dividend is
LinkedIn
pretty.
too. It is. Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn too. It is kind of interesting when you see all these people that are in the community. They also some of the jobs they have. So it's something we always encourage is not to jump into day trading and try to make a living at it right away. You need a lot of experience.
Nice. And see, all of the guys, like look at the all successful people, like founder, entrepreneurs, highly professional. Love that. AI research scientist, ex Google DeepMind, amazing. Agile, mechanical and designer, amazing. Love that. I love to get to everybody. And one of the things that we love to come to Vancouver is get to know you personally. Love that. Like, get a beer together,
Yeah,
have some conversation together, have fun, laughs.
market's rolling over a bit now.
Samit, what's your name in LinkedIn? Sad Ahmad. Yeah, leave me alone, Sad. Please. Sad Ahmad, yeah. Yes, I just. All right, so let's see what the market is doing. I have this NVDA position. I'm probably gonna close it as the day ends. Didn't hear from Paris. I know had a really nice trade on PLTR. Shorting PLTR was very, very nice. The short that you did on Tesla was amazing too, Brian. Like I don't know why I didn't take
Yeah, it
that
was
trade.
worked out quite well. Thanks, partly thanks to
Uh,
you for drawing my attention to it.
yeah, I wanted to short TSLL at the open, and it wasn't shortable. And then I tried to figure out, okay, what is the best product to short it? I should have just short directly Tesla, and then by the time that I tried to, because TSLL wasn't shortable at the open. Now it is shortable, but by the time that I mess around with it, it's just I think my risk to reward was kind of gone.
So it is shortable, eh? Because I did try to short that. I remember once before, and I got rejected.
Now it is shortable. Now shortable
Oh, okay,
TSLL.
all right,
NVIDIA was shortable at the
okay.
beginning, even too. NVIDIA is shortable even now. Yeah. Um, but what I noticed is that sometimes if it doesn't say S in the thing, you better press the order because sometimes because this inventory gets updated every 5 minutes. I asked before, so
Right.
this sign is get updated 5 minutes every 5 minutes. Sometimes interactive brokers make it available, but it takes some time for them to show the S. It's
Right.
if you think that this is something that it should be available, just press the order and it gets filled even if it doesn't say that.
Yeah. Definitely seen that before.
Perfect.
I'm trying to hold the view app now on the SPY. Qs are done this pullback. See if it holds.
Yeah, PLTR was a very nice short at the open, very nice 5 minutes range breakdown. But
Yeah,
Paris took that.
beauty. Yeah, that was a nice short. Tesla looks like it's getting ready to roll over here a bit too. It's already pulled back significantly, so it's hard to chase here. But I'm just watching the SPY to see if we continue to hold the VWAP, stay above it.
Beautiful day.
I don't think we're going to. Quick short on SPX options. We just that was just as soon as we started to lose, it looked like we were going to lose the VWAP there. Just took was ready to short it, ready to pull a trigger there. Nice. Okay, Tesla selling off, NVIDIA selling off. Probably going to get a bounce on NVIDIA here. We're at VWAP right now.
Yeah, so the market is kind of rolling over. Maybe I should get out of my
Yeah,
NVIDIA
market's
position.
really selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Chinese stocks went red. They were the only thing that was green this morning.
So, yeah, I got out of my NVIDIA completely position, guys. I'm up $9,000, which was decent.
Tempted to go long Tesla here, but yeah, it's getting close to 8 o'clock. I'm done with my day, at least for the time being. I think it might bounce here. See what whatever it depends what the markets are going to do. Looks like they're going to continue to sell off, possibly.
Hopefully not. Looks like market is rolling over, so I came profitable from the day.
Yeah,
Tesla is still down 363%. What's the
and there's
big
the
next
bounce.
economic event that we have? Is there Fed's meeting or inflation number?
But yeah, when is the next Fed meeting? I don't recall.
CPI number. Where is the CPI number for March? Let's go to train terminal calendar.
And there's
Economic.
nothing. Well, we've got it. We've got the big thing tomorrow will be employment data. We've got unemployment. We've got the payroll numbers, um, both farm and non-farm. We've got average weekly hours. We've got employment rate, average hourly earnings. So all those things are going to be in focus for sure. See, there's your bounce on Tesla. What did I tell you?
Consumer inflation expectation would be Monday,
Okay.
Tuesday.
So the Fed meeting is on 18th and 19th. Thanks, Jasmine. Let's look at I'm kind of curious. Let's look at the Fed watch tool. see what. I haven't really looked at that lately. This is a sort of an options market bet on Fed rate hikes or rate cuts. So for the May meeting, 93% is saying, or March, I shouldn't say March meeting, sorry. 93% saying they just hold. There's no meeting in April. And then there's a pretty even split between a rate cut, quarter point, and standing pat. So 45-51. And we go to June, probably the highest 50% of the people think we're actually 80% when you add the two together, 80% there's going to be at least one rate cut, maybe two. And only
This year?
18% by June we're going to have we're going to be at the same interest rate. So those are the projections anyway. Market thoughts. Wow, look at that. Look at that pop back up on the SPY.
Yeah,
Wow,
it looks like
yeah, why didn't I take that Tesla pop? Hopefully somebody did. Somebody take advantage of that. Tell me somebody took it. No, we don't have a penny stock course. We're not really penny stock traders, but oh, nice.
yeah.
Some people did take that trade. Good. But I do talk about trading penny stocks because I do like to trade penny stocks on honestly, but not as day trades. I like to find small cap, very small cap companies I can invest in for swing trading, and I talk about in that my one book. Profiting as an active trader. So I talk about that, trading penny stocks and how to trade them. At least my approach to trading them.
All right, guys, just a couple of announcements. So it's 11. Lenny is doing his mentorship sessions right now at 11 in the webinar room. So Lenny is trading on really good opening range breakout plus trend trading. So Lenny mentorship is open now. And then we need to switch to Avi and Paris. And Paris did a really nice trade on a PLTR. And I'd like to see what Paris has been up to. And calling it a day, Brian and I, for the open. I'm done with my day. I don't think at this time of the day there's any position that I like to start. What are you up to, Paris?
Hey, Andrew.
How are you, brother?
Hello,
Good.
Patty.
Hey, Brian. Pretty good. One and
please.
done on the day for me. Very planned it in a very just before the market and wanted to execute around 88. And glad it worked out, one and done. It has been difficult days where not everything has been very clean. So very glad to see things work out in one and done.
What about you,
Nice.
Avi? How many $1 million you took?
Hey guys. Yeah, not too many millions today. Sitting just a little red. Had a few winners, few losers. My day's just kind of beginning, so we'll see what happens next few hours. I'm sure there's a lot of opportunity ahead of us.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
You
I'm
mean
gonna
your
sign off,
evening?
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
So why is
Yeah,
everybody
I'm going to
calling
sign
me
off too.
Paris? Yeah.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Andrew. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
So
Harris.
guys, I think yesterday I was thinking that maybe somebody is confused between Paris and Paris. So I am Paris, Paras, and Paris is the marketing the TEDx marketing guy who's actually helping Andrew. So they're two different people. They're not same people. So yeah, I am Paris, but the pronunciation seems very similar. So
Well, hello, Paris. Good to meet you. Oh man, fun. Look at that. I'm looking at your screen here. It looks like you, wow, had a blast with PLTR, huh?
and I'm one and done. So I want
Nice.
to talk about it. I think there's a lot of information out there on how you can play, and you can actually plan before even the stock comes to your range. So if you look at my chart, let's look at on the daily on how the stock is. So you have to do this, right? So one of the ways that I'm able to get it is the stock is actually, and I'll remove all of my levels and I'll plot it again because it's gonna match to the things that I'm actually thinking about. So how you plan your trades, right? So this is, let me remove the this thing as well. Let me remove the orders. Okay. So now what I want you to guys to see is first of all, this is where the so this is where the stock has dropped. This has bounced from 80 right here, and now it's consolidating between 90, this area where it bounced from 80, bounced to 90, bounced from 80, bounced to 90, and then there's a resistance at 90. Now the stock was actually looking very strong yesterday. If I'll show you in the shorter time frame, it was very strong. It should have gapped up by now. Like it should have, if it would have broken 90 and held above 90, then I would have been long biased than short biased. But the momentum on the long side did not continue to the next day, but rather it actually sold off. And let's now go into the 30-minute chart. On a 30-minute chart, so we looked at the daily right then. Now on a 30-minute chart, when we zoom in, there are few information that I get. First of all, now what happened today? So today, let's forget about what the stock did after the market open, right? Let's see what the stock was doing before the market open. The stock went to 91, 90 area, sold off really hard, and now it's doing a pullback around this thing. And now it's looking for it again, dropped off, and now it's coming back up around this area. So now I am going to find some important resistance or support areas around that area where the current price is, because that's the beauty of looking at a shorter time frame, that you can look at the past few days or a week to find out where the important areas are, where are the buyers and sellers. One of the important information, if you see every single, so 88, right? So you see here, it went to 88 yesterday, it held the 88 yesterday, broke out from 88 at this point, and then couple of days back, even this was 88 was held at this area, right? So this area held, when it broke, then it has a very quick continuation on the downside. It came back up, closed at 88, pulled back again, broke the 88 and closed here. Now it's back at 88. So I know for a fact that 88 is an inflection point, right? So that's where I would get that, okay, and now I'm going to do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot the resistance at 88. So if it pops above the 88, then it's a support. If it's below the 88, then it's a resistance. So this is 88 level that I get. Now there is another, if I zoom in a little bit, now when I zoom in, there is another information that I'm getting, which is, if you see, if I zoom in, this is the area where it tried to bounce at 88. There is 88 right here at this point. Like even there was a very tight 87.50, and this area, even this was the very tight area where the stock was actually holding. So it's bouncing from 88, 87.50. This is my area of interest that I want to short around this area. Why do I want to short it? Because it's back below that important support area. If it was above 88 and held above 88, then I would be thinking it breaks the 90 and then go higher. But it's back below the 88. And now I'm thinking that the continuation is either should have it gapped up and then should have continued. But if it's not, then there's a very good chance it's gonna sell off. And that's exactly when you see something. Now, where are other important supports? So if 88 sells off, where is gonna be my another important area that I wanna scale out of my position? So that's when I start looking into it. This is where I plot another area. So which is 84.50. And how do I get this level? Very simple. It's you look at where the stock bounced from previous day. So this was the stock bounced right here. And then here also, when it sold off, it closed at this point. And then from here also, 84.50 was the area that I was looking that this is gonna be where a stock would either bounce or where it would, if it sells off 88, then 84.50 is the area that I would want to have my target in place. What is another area of support? Another area of support is this area, this 80 area. I would want to see this 81.50 or actually 82. This 82, why do I see 82? Because this is the place where it broke out from, right here. Right here, it broke out from here, and there, this is the area where it held. Now, another final would be something around 80. So that's, I would think that if it drops like a $10, these are my areas. If it drops below 84.50, then the next level would be 82. Then if it drops below 82, then it next level is this thing. It doesn't happen in a single day. Or you have to understand that it might take a couple of days for it to just break, like drop 10% or 12%. So that's like $88. If it drops $10 out of it, it's like close to 12% or 11%. So that's what the plan is. So now execution is a place. Now I want to see 88.50, which was also the opening price, which did not get plotted at the open. So now 87.50 and 88 is the area where I want to execute. Now, once I want to execute that, and 84.50 was my final exit, right? So this is where we got it from the chart, looking back a week or 2 weeks and getting that information that this is what I am biased towards. And if I see something in front of me that the selling is taking over, I would definitely want to execute it. So that's, and all now its plan is like, if it comes to this area, now let me pull up the, now let me showcase the trades. You got the plan, you got the execution areas. And when I start something seeing on the tape, that's when I would be executing it. And this is exactly what I did. Exactly at this area where it tried to pop up, rejected it, and it came back below 84.50, I shorted this. And this was the area where, my technical stop loss is above 88. If I cannot go aggressive at 87.50 just because I have to risk close to like $1 if I go aggressive. But if I get close to 88, if I get an entry at close to 88, then I can go aggressive and I don't have to risk $1. I just have to risk 25, 30 cents if it goes against me. And then if it comes in my favor, I'm able to manage my risk more efficiently. So that's why I do not go heavy at this point. Sometimes I'll go, if the stock very quickly pops to 88, I'll go aggressive at the area because I know if I'm wrong on the trade, I'll be completely out very quickly and I'll not lose money. But if I'm right on the trade, I would be making like a 1:10 risk reward or 1:20 risk reward. And even though risking like 30, 40 cents, capturing a $3.5 move, that's what you're looking for, a big move. And I added aggressively right here at 88 and then scaled out. My first exit was $1 move in my favor. And then I scaled out. And then my final exit was 84.50, which was pre-planned beforehand on how I want to trade it. So yeah, that's one and done. Happy with it. Yeah, and see these levels play around all day. Even though people can missed it, if they are patient enough, they can trade the same level again. 88 again, comes back, sells below, 84.50 again, and then comes back, sells below, and then now it's gonna come back down to 84.50 If it breaks the 8450, then you can look for 82. That's the another level that we plotted on 82 level. That's how the stock market works, and that's the understanding the structure is important. So yeah, that's how I did.
It's amazing, man. I love it. The planning is critical, right? You don't just watch it and then jump in. You really take the time to plan it and then wait for the confirmation on the tape.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
No,
Brilliant
thank you.
stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, I always draw levels on the using the 30-minute. Like 30-minute is the execution levels. There are daily levels. If you look at the daily on PLTR, this is gonna be my daily levels are usually a different color. So I'll draw through a blue line, which I'll on a chart I would know that this is my daily 80 is a daily level, and yeah, I would be having that idea of the that what the daily level is.
Nice. And it's great when it comes together early, right? Right at the open, the plan just starts to come together. Confirmation happens right there. Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go, guys. There you go, guys. That's a trade book right there. When you have a process, you got to stick to it, and that process should ensure that your winners are bigger than your losers. But you got to have a process. You just went through that process right there. Gotta love it. Nice, man. Love it. Love it. Cool. So AB, no, that's Paris, not Faris. Faris didn't say all that. Oh. That's awesome. Nice. Yeah. I had a couple of good ones too early on. Microsoft basically went up, Apple went up. I went up with both of them, and took one or two little stops on the SPY. SPY was messy. I was looking for a breakdown here. I got this level here close to 575. And on the 1 minute, took two or three stops down here trying to catch that short. But ones that worked nicely that happened a little later. You can see Microsoft basically going long. I'm looking at this big pre-market range. I'm looking at a breakout 399, this whole area. And so as it got there, started to go, I got in long here, and the exit was yesterday's high, which was 402. Really struggled. So I got that. Where's the execution on it? Again, with the call options. Let me find it for you guys. So there's the entry, there's the exit, and tried to add more, didn't want to go, so out of it. So that's one. And as you guys know about Apple, also is actually the most interesting thing this morning. But again, Apple, I was just looking at it in a big pre-market range and right in between my levels. As it broke out, looking for it to bounce off of the area about 235. So on the 1 minute, as it did this massive breakout, came and retested that ORB area right there, about 234.70 or so, right about there. Reclaimed 235. So in this zone around 235, just above 235 is where I got long. And it just went to the target. Took I think I took a little off before the target. Let me see, where's the execution on that one? There it is, yeah. Getting long above 235 with call options, getting some out. As it goes further, that's the target. Took it off and tried to add, didn't want to go, and out of it. So two good ones. Yeah, Amazon was a good one too. I scalped it. So there's three solid ones. And then yeah, a few losses on the SPY. The SPX is so wild. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm doing trading SPX. But yeah, that's that for now. And now let's see what happens. It's still early in the day for me, so wait and see. Set. Yeah, I was waiting for Microsoft to 403, but it misbehaved on the way. And the place at which it misbehaved was yesterday's high. So, that that tells me that my idea is no longer intact. So I had to take it off early. And sure enough, it hasn't gone anywhere since. Look at that, 402 approximately, yesterday's high, and it's a mess over there. So
Very nice, Avi. I think.
yeah, it's been good. If I stop trading the SPX, I'll make more money. But the damn thing moves when it goes, it really goes. Anyways, yeah, that's that. Those were basically it. I don't think I got into too much else. Yeah. How you guys doing on YouTube? Had some fun so far? I think it's been a tricky day. Unless, of course, you have Paris's plan, then it's not tricky. It's pretty obvious, right? Just listen to him for 30 minutes before the open. You'll know everything you need to know.
So Tesla is around 270. Yeah, the 270 seems to be a value area, and it might circle around the 270 for the next few days. Yeah, it's a very good area in a bigger picture time frame too. 270 matches or 262, 265 area is on a bigger picture time frame. It's expecting a good bounce. I would be very surprised if it goes below 250. But with the current scenario, you just never know. Things are just can extend very quickly.
Yeah.
But on a bigger picture time frame, I think this is a good area. You should expect a bounce. But ideally, when a stock is strong, they don't even give you an opportunity to. They would just rally. Like after yesterday's move, which was slow, but when it moved from 270 back to 278 and closed at the highs, you would want to see it open close above the 280 area. That's where you would see that the new buyers would step up and they would try to push the price higher. But if it's closing at the highs and gapping down, that's a bearish sign. That's not a bullish sign. So until the only thing I was biased towards on the long side today was JD. JD and yeah, JD sold off. I was looking for it to buy around 45 area and then scale out to 47.20 or something. But yeah, JD sold off surprisingly, which I did not. I think this is the earnings that JD posted, which was a big surprise on the earnings today. And it gapped up out of the range. And usually if the market wasn't that weak, right? This was a very good candidate for gap and go. It would have like the earnings that I was looking at. Let me bring up on the earnings, like here. What's the name, JD? So if you look at the earnings for JD, let's look at the financials. And if you look at the revenue that they posted was, the estimate was 45. There's a $2 billion revenue set price, which was a 5.23 increase, and earnings per share was a great surprise too. And usually when they report some good numbers, and especially with Chinese push on the sector as well, the stock usually just rallies. And I'm surprised that it didn't. So maybe we find an opportunity maybe in the next couple of days, but JD has a very, very good chance to rally.
Nice. Yeah, I've been holding Tesla short for the last 15 minutes. Tesla, NVDA, and the SPY. I didn't even notice until I forgot until a moment ago and things started going in my favor. So I'm in the profit zone now.
Oh, nice, nice.
I put it on, I think, when Andrew was talking. Anyways, here we go. Tesla's the big one. There we go. That makes it a fun time. Getting out of Tesla, the majority of my position here. Leave some for a runner. I'll show you guys this in a moment. Let me get out of it. NVIDIA is okay. SPY is the crazy one. SPY, here we go. Okay, so Tesla. Yeah, I got in, I don't know when, 15, 30 minutes ago, whatever, around 11, somewhere up here. And now it came right back into where it's been messy. The target's 267. I've taken most of it off, and let's see if it continues. NVIDIA, it's at 114, which I know is a tricky area. The target is 113 for this short. Even this one, I got in around the same time as Tesla, 30 minutes ago somewhere. And the SPY is just nuts. I can't believe I'm still on. It sucks. But it's there. It's good. It's profitable. I will actually take a lot of that off now as well. SPY is just too difficult to hold on. So, okay. Well, there we go. That makes it a solid day already.
Very nice. So you're
Yeah.
short Tesla and you're short SPY too,
And NVIDIA.
and NVIDIA. Oh,
Everything.
NVIDIA is dropping too. Nice.
Yeah.
And
NVIDIA.
PLTR too. PLTR testing the low of the day.
Oh, fun. So NVIDIA's for me is the tricky one. I'll show you the guys the contracts here. So I got put contracts, got close to my stop, didn't hit touch, I didn't touch, and now it's on the way. These are 114 contracts. So basically going to the strike price right about now, 114. Let's see what happens. Been holding that for a while. Huh.
Wow.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's a nice thing about putting these range orders in, or at least stop orders. What happens to my mind when I put these stop orders in, I actually my mind goes off it completely. And I start looking at other stuff. And then sometimes, like now, even happened earlier today. I forget that it's there until something pops up on my screen. Oh crap, take the profit here. And it's nice. It's actually very soothing to trade that way. You don't stress out because otherwise your finger's on the trigger to always hit the button either to stop or profit or something. And I prefer
Yeah,
doing
I
it this way.
agree. Yeah.
So
No, I absolutely agree. The kind of trading that I do is very intense. It's like you have to watch it like tick by tick. Uh, but the way that you manage your like with the position sizing, like the position that you're in, like 300 contracts, like 30,000 shares at one go, that's man, that's kudos to you, man, on how you it can be that experienced enough to hold that size with no issues at all. So great management, man.
yeah, bro. Thanks, bro. Truth is, I'm not holding it, right? I'm
Yeah.
putting the orders in and leaving it alone. Yeah. But let's see. Right now, it's in a tricky area. 114 is my strike, and if it messes around too long with 114, that's
Okay,
gonna be
now,
trouble.
yeah,
Really
now
go
the
down.
market is sell off. Wow,
There
very
we go. There
nice.
we go. Oh, super. Okay, there we go.
Very nice.
Let's see if this really runs, man. That'll be the end of that. I can go to bed early tonight.
Yeah, things look very weak
Yeah.
overall. So
There we go. There we go. Mhm. AB, the day ended up green. Well, it's green now. I can't say it's ended. I'm sure I'm gonna find opportunities later as well on the SPY. Typically, after the lunch hour, I always find these wonderful opportunities later in the day. Recently, I've been doing that. So those are when the big ones really come, at least for my style. For now, it's good. Getting to the green is good. But this is still a tricky area on NVIDIA. I mean, I could take it off now and it's a five-figure trade, but I mean, I know there's more in it. So I'm really trying to make a decision here. See, this has been support previously. It looks like it's support now. Let's see, is it going to break that support? That's what is it, 113.85 or so, 113.80. And it's going through the strike, and it's just gone through the strike. That's 114, which is as options for contract pricing goes, that's good. It's really struggling here. It's really, I mean, not breaking 113.80. So what I can do is take half off and then leave the rest to run. So I'll cut that down to I took 60% off. And now watch it's gonna run. Damn thing. Always does. So there it is, guys. So that's the NVIDIA thing. So I took off about 65% of the position, let the rest run through 114. These are put contracts, so the value of these contracts go up as the underlying goes down. Underlying here is NVIDIA. And sure enough, it's going down. Is it? No, it's not. We'll see. Now I'll put targets in place and leave it alone.
yeah, this is a good bounce area to be honest. The 113.80, 113.70.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm really curious what happens here. It bounces. Well, my exit now is at 114.40, which is better than break even for me. goes up there, I'll be out. Ideally, I'm watching it to just reject, basically. The SPY is still going down. I still have some position on Tesla. Yeah, good chunk. Chunky enough that it matters. There we go. Come on. Let's make it a solid day. So far, the entry on NVDA was up in this area, about 114.80, I believe, somewhere here. Almost stopped me out. I think I got in just below and then almost hit 115, which was my stop. But it's in my favor now, and I've taken profits and tightened the stop. And truly, if it breaks down aggressively, I'll add more. But this is not a fun place to add. The SPY is looking good
But
too.
the sellers are aggressive.
Yeah, and then oh, there it is. As you
There
said, the
was a new
bounce.
buyer that came in. Holy crap, what was that? There's
What
some
happened
news or
there?
something.
Yeah, that's news. Okay, Tesla hit the stop. That's good. Exited. That's 5 figures there. Now, NVIDIA hasn't hit the stop yet. Very close. 114.40.
That was a news. There
Yeah.
was something about this news.
Okay, SPX also hit the stop, so out of that. And whoa, yeah, this is
Holy
going the other
crap, that was a,
way.
I don't know.
That's me.
Like, how
I'm
do you
out of that.
manage that? This thing is
Ouch.
insane.
What happened there? Who put out news, man? Who said what? Who said what? Who tweeted something?
Like, yeah, what was the news?
Somebody
I didn't have
here
my
in
Benzinga on, so
somebody here in our YouTube tweeted something. Which one of you is it? One of you guys. I know, I just know it.
yeah,
Ah,
now
all
this is
right.
a pop to sell off. This is to pop to
Yes.
drop.
I want to short the SPX here again. If it, gosh, that's hard, man. 580 is the sell area for me on SPX. But I'm out of all these positions now. They're all green. But look at SPX, SPX, SPY, sorry. Let's see, 580, that's the level to short it from. That's where I took it earlier. Got the drop. Don't know if I can short it here. Iman, that was you. You said something. You said something here in the news. Yes, the rip before the slip. So odd. All these opportunities, Tesla, NVIDIA, and SPY are right back to where I did short them about 30 minutes ago. So maybe there's another short brewing here, but gotta keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna sell off. Feels
Mm,
like it wanna sell off.
yeah. So it's a lot of resistance. Candles are too big to get into.
Yeah. The sellers are again taking over.
Mhm. Oh man, there they go. YAMD. Trying to see what else is decent up in this zone, but I don't see anything on my charts that makes sense. No tariff news. Public scrutiny. You entered short and so it went the other way. That's how trading feels like sometimes. It feels like the market's out to get you, but it's the nature of the market. Don't take it personally.
Yeah.
The market doesn't owe us anything, and it certainly does not do guarantees. So manage your risk, put the percentages in your favor, and then you can trade. All right, I think
Have you noticed like the news even comes exactly at the support or resistance?
yeah, right. Yeah,
We were
amazing.
talking about 1370 as the support, and then but now it's gonna sell off. So it was looking weak, and SPY is selling off too. Now it's gonna lose everything. People who
Oh, no,
might have,
it's gonna. I mean, look at the SPY chart here, at least on my screen. I got 580 as a level just based on a measured move. And look at the
yeah.
news. I mean, look at all the action and the news. Everything just resisting right there. What the hell? Just close your eyes and short it.
Yeah, of course, right, Ravi? They check the
Yes.
liquidity before.
Spike puts
I
all.
definitely think that that is the case. Like, just for by the market makers to generate liquidity, and if they're finding some issues with liquidity, they'll generate like that's how PR works. Like they have to rely on the timing as well.
That is amazing. Wow, yeah. If you can understand that game, market makers and their key levels, that's all you need, really. Their key levels are that 8 a.m. candle, when they do all the settlements.
Yeah,
So,
it's and that's I don't know how do they what's the reasoning behind that 8 a.m. candle? Like I
yeah.
know for a fact that they that's where the algorithms and the computers are active and everything. That's where the big institutions try to start their computers get kicked in. But why that candle is that wide? Like with two wiki candle with a small body, I am not sure about that.
Yeah, it's interesting. But whatever their reasons are, what I find is that that's when they show their hands. It's like they're playing poker
Yeah,
with us all day, but they're showing us their hands before they open.
I
Yes,
agree.
there
Yeah.
you go. Thor knows more about this stuff. He likes to study this stuff. He could tell us more. But they show us their hands before they open, so you know the levels. And there you go. Man, now I got FOMO. I gotta short everything in a moment here. I'm gonna short everything. No, not yet though. Wow, Microsoft as well. That was the interesting one. Show you guys Microsoft. This was so cool. At with the 8 a.m. candle, and then breakout retest. Retest, really, if you look at it right now, when the news happened, again, just bouncing right off of that level, 399.
Yeah, it's gonna
Even when
sell
it
off,
broke.
guys. This is a sell-off.
Yeah.
This feels very weak. That's not strong price action.
Yep. Very weak. Oh man. Yep, there it goes. There it goes.
Yeah, see that? That's the sell-off on NVDA.
Man. I've actually got an eye on Meta here in case that if that finds some direction, that's the big one. But there's nothing there. It's like it's not playing the same game. Mhm. Oh, we got Tesla, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the most interesting, I think. Actually, NVIDIA and SPY, just because they're respecting the level better than most with this new activity. So let's see. And there goes Apple as well. Holy crap. Apple's the one to short. I'm just looking at it now because it was strong all day. Look at that.
Wow.
237.40. That's the one to short. I caught the
NVIDIA
long,
is
but yeah, there it goes.
oh, Apple is strong. Yeah, I wouldn't short Apple. I would short NVIDIA for sure. NVIDIA was looking weak.
Yeah, I see it. It's going right back to where it found its buyer from
And
113.60.
I hate when that happens. When you're in a trade, this just idiotic bounce just stops you out and then goes to the same direction.
Yep. It's exactly what happened to me here.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was out like the chunk of all these positions, so it was rather irrelevant. But yeah, it would have been much bigger just to stay in it.
Yeah.
Anyways, no big deal. What do we have? Yeah, everything now.
No, everything is weak. Yeah. Things are gonna sell off. Uh,
If the SPY later today, I mean, if it truly is continuing weak for the day, if it loses 575, this area here, that's where I'll go short. Breakout, retest, all that stuff. It'll be, I think, 2 or 3 hours before it sets up like that. I think that'll be the good short for later. Make new lows, break yesterday's low. I'm talking if it's really weak, then it's a big move to 570. So let's see. Fun, huh? It's also fun when these things happen and you're in a position and it goes in your favor. I've been in those situations too. And then you panic to get out of it because, oh my God, it's bigger than you planned for. So there's all that.
Yeah, Rick, it happens to everybody who is trading. NVIDIA is, man, there are so many trades when you're like close on the day and you want to close your day and you saw like you find so many opportunities and then you do not, you can.
Yeah.
But
Matthew,
handcuffs.
I have that problem too. I need
But
handcuffs.
anybody take that thing on NVIDIA? This looked very weak.
Yeah. NVIDIA, Tesla, SPY, all of them, every single one of them.
Yeah.
AMD as well. AMD's in a bad place, but AMD as well. Question here, Matthew. Yeah, I'm looking at the 8 a.m. candle on a 30-minute time frame, not the 1 minute anymore. I like the 30. It works out nicer for me, cleaner. Yeah, Mike, it's a 30-minute time frame. All right, so NVIDIA's back towards 113. No, there's nothing I'll do with it over there.
At least you took that partial of 60%.
Yeah, that worked out nicely. This is just setting up nicely for the rest of the day, I think. I'm gonna short something so badly later.
JD is looking like it doesn't want to sell. Everything is selling, but JD is not. And I think I want to long JD. Maybe I'll take an option trade on JD. Something.
Ooh, fun. Is JD in the news today? Is there a catalyst?
Yeah, the JD had earnings today.
Oh, okay. Nice. Matthew, you want to know about today's 8 a.m. candles? Yeah, it's right here on the screen. When my screen pops up here on YouTube, you'll see it. I've got 580.15 and 575.26. Approximately right there. And again, these are all approximate areas. I don't go and try to be precise about it. Levels are just areas. Okay. Here we go. Everything's arriving at a level that I like. Hi, Gaurav, you missed it. It's better to miss it than to be on the wrong side of it of all this activity. All right, so SPY is really got stuck.
You got stuck on what?
And I'm saying the SPY got stuck. It's not moving any. It's in between levels for me. So I really am hoping it goes somewhere. But the levels are really wide today. So yeah, it most likely does sit in between. And that's what it's doing. But I do like NVIDIA at 113, AMD at 99.3. And yeah, those are the two for now. See, Tesla is also at a level, but it's I can't pick a pattern or anything on this right now at this area. There's nothing there. Lan, why did I not short at the first or second peak of NVIDIA? Which peak? Let's look at, I guess you're talking about when I shorted it up here in these areas. Most likely because I was over trading the SPY at the time. I don't even notice these really. I did short it, I think in this last area here. Let me think, why did I get it? Yeah, you really would like to have a reversal pattern. I didn't see much at the first one. I mean, what? It just goes, breaks through and comes down. That's a Pearson fail or a false breakout, you can call it, which is not something I typically trade. This one is not genuinely a double top at the second one because it's at the same level. So again, hard to short it. But what I'm noticing in the third one here is that the high is lower. And therefore that's kind of the area where I got interested. And I think I even got in before that high, right before it happened, a minute before. Something like that. But yeah, you need setups. You need setups, otherwise you can't take these trades. And you have to understand, for my trading, I don't have any other indicators. The only thing I'm relying on are candlestick patterns. So I must have really good candlestick patterns. There's no negotiating that stuff. Absolutely not. If you're unsure about the candlesticks, don't touch it. At least for me, because I'm not relying on anything else to give me any other confirmation. I have to put the risk on based on this. So this better be damn good. Otherwise, no, I'm not going to touch it. It's not worth it. Not worth the trouble. Okay, so things have stabilized a little bit. And Tesla went straight to the target, man. Look at that. Tesla. I took those partials just before the pop happened at what, 268 or so, and it went straight up and straight down. It's amazing. I was exactly trading that range.
So I took a long on JD options expiring next week for 45.50.
All right.
Oh, I'm
Long
already up. Yes.
call options then.
Yeah, I bought some call options.
Nice. Yeah, there you go. Which contract, what strike did you get?
45.50.
45.50. Oh, wow, you're out of the money. Oh man, but yeah, if it goes quick, my goodness, it's a good one. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm already up. That's uh
Gotta love options.
and
Yeah. Nice, nice, nice.
wow, that was a nice entry, man. I
Yeah.
went long at 44 and I'm already up. Really nice. But yeah, this is like a more a bigger picture trade. So I'm not gonna just get a trade it. I think this can actually go and break the high of the day. And actually JD, the way it looks like, yeah, I wanna see it go and go to 48 in the next few days. If that happens, that would be nice. That's a big picture. I only went with like 15 contracts, so that's not much.
Nice. Big picture, and you time the entry, then you have a big move ahead. It's a nice thing about big pictures. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like ideally I would have, like, if it was a shorter term trade, I would be taking partials now at 44, risking now. But now I'm
Yeah. Nice. Questions here. Sets, you want to know about the initial stop on NVIDIA I have? It was 115. It almost got me. Very close. Like a penny away or something, I would have been stopped out. So that was that one. Lena, you've been trying my method today in paper trading. Okay. And it worked for you. Oh, good. Congratulations. There you go. This is what I trade every day now. Trade this live with my mentees and everything. Good. If you got something working for you, then build on it. Build on it. That's important. It says RC plane. Yeah, that's I can't fit in that airplane. So yes, it is an RC airplane. So I do take it out flying. It's fun. I had an air show a couple of weeks ago. It was fun too. So yeah.
mRNA has been in news recently. It's been really nice trading.
More vaccine news. Are we getting vaccines again? mRNA.
I hope not. Oh, Tesla is selling off. You not on Tesla right now, right? So it's Tesla.
No. I like where it is. I just don't like the candlestick action on the 30 minutes. So it's right at a level, but not.
Yeah, Tesla looks like it wants to break the 260 area that bounced from.
You can keep an eye on it. Something could be brewing here. It's a good setup for a breakout. Tesla. But not on my bigger picture. Yeah. Sitting in that zone. All right, the SPY is getting interesting now. So I'm gonna keep an eye here. Look at this thing.
Yeah, the SPY sold off. That was like that 580 again short would have been a perfect shot.
Yeah, and I did get that perfect entry,
Yeah.
except for that naughty activity. Oh, these market
And that's like that hurts me. Like even though you don't lose money on it, does right?
yeah.
But it's like that.
Oh, don't even start with me. It's like $50,000 not made just because garbage, just 2 minutes of garbage. It just comes down to that sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. There will be other opportunities.
Of course, of course.
Oof. The Amazon breakdown is interesting as well. But no, Amazon's not behaving as nice. Yeah, Tesla is looking very weak towards 263 and then day first. But it looks good to go. This is an area where I would short the SPY, 575. That's where I attempted it earlier in the morning. I took, I think, 2 stop outs or something. Below this green area, 575. The thinking earlier was that it's consolidating just above it, looking weak, and so I want to catch the breakdown as it happens. And didn't do a clean breakdown in the early part of the day, but now it may. Again, it has to set up. So if it just goes to the level doesn't mean you just go shorted. It has to set up there. So it's in a very interesting place.
Yeah, things are very getting aggressive.
Yeah, NVIDIA is the same. NVIDIA is exactly the same as SPX right now.
Yeah, that's
So NVIDIA needs to retest 113, and I may go short somewhere here. Be careful. NVIDIA.
yeah. Stop is low of the day. These
JJMA, that's right. Yes, I'm using the 30-minute time frame looking at the 8 a.m. candle. Oh, what the hell? There it goes. There it goes. We got eyes on NVIDIA at the moment.
So you're trying to short 575.
Yeah, if it behaves the right way there. For now, it's a choppy area.
Right. But don't you think it's too extended? Like you would have a pullback? Like
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would be very hesitant because like just because it's sold off so much, the bounce or a pullback would be very difficult to handle. Like
Exactly, yeah. So even though it's going now, this is not where I'm going to go. I'm waiting for this consolidation to happen.
yeah,
Ideally
yeah.
above it. Consolidation for a breakout. May take 30 minutes to happen. I don't know. Or it could happen in the next 5 minutes. So these are the things I'm watching. Same thing on NVIDIA. identical activity. So let's see how this shapes up. Yeah, just going short when it's already on its way is not a not a good strategy. That's chasing it. You can see that consolidation starting to happen now. And
Really,
another
Gaurav, like NVIDIA to 85-90 area? Man, I would be NVIDIA to 85. Currently, what's the market capitalization for this? Market cap on NVIDIA is 2.7. Oh yeah, 2.7 trillion. Oh, it's a multi-trillion dollar company. I thought it was like a one and a half trillion dollar company. It seems like it's a $3 trillion company. But considering the price, wow. Yeah, if the float is 24 shares outstanding, 24 billion. So 24 into 100 is 2400. Yeah. So if it was 150, it was $4.5 trillion company. Now it's standing at 2758. Yeah, can it go to 100? 24 billion or 22.4 trillion? Yeah.
how
Yeah.
many zeros in a trillion?
Man,
Just whoa.
that is crazy. Now JD's back to red for me.
Oh boy. Yep.
But I think, yeah, I think that's a good area to get in. I'm not I'm gonna hold it.
Nice.
Big picture standpoint. So 20, man, that's crazy. Um,
Deesh, you asking for a target on NVIDIA if it goes down? My next level is 111. Lana, you watched the fractal pattern strategy video? Cool. Enjoy it. I enjoyed making that video.
so
You should write.
Lana, uh, I do not trade fractal patterns. I think it's Avi. So I think, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Lana did correct that. So
Fractal patterns.
now I would think that it bounces from 575 and maybe bounce to 576 and then fail 575. 576 and 576.50.
You talking about the spy?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it's like looking very weak and getting in, I think chances are it would drop, but managing risk gets difficult. Like where are you gonna keep your stop loss?
Yeah. It's wacky up here. It's gotten into a very tight consolidation, small candles, which is good. But yeah, it's still not a simple thing. Where can you watch the video? You guys want to know? You can watch the video in Bearable Traders Education Center. And these are short videos, bite-sized videos, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. And we have plenty of them in there. I think 29 now, 28, something like that. There's a lot of videos, a lot of strategy videos. So, and you get that with the $1 membership. So give it a go if you like. It's all in there. The Education Center is really, again, I'm always surprised how much we've been able to build it out. It's really great. Gaurav, well, the mornings are full of momentum and volatility, and later in the day, yeah, I mean, things do move. They just move slower. I think that's the real difference. So, and then you got to trade based on your strategy. What does your strategy dictate? I think that's important. Lan, yes, I do have a video for my entry criteria in the Education Center. That's right. The strategies videos that I've put together are for, well, what's the setup, then what's the confirmation, therefore, then what's the entry, where's the stop, and what's the target. And even if all that's there, if the target's close by, I don't take the trade. So all of that factors into my my style. Matthew, so the levels are different on Yahoo and DOS. Okay. You prefer DOS? Okay. Gaurav, closing your eyes and praying is not a strategy. Come on, man. You know better. I'd love to do that. Oh, shit, man. That'd be great. So there we go, guys. It is noon now. It's been a blast, been a pleasure as
already noon?
always.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Have a great rest of the day, Avi. Have a great day, guys. See you guys tomorrow in the same time. Take care.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Talk to you again tomorrow. Take it easy.